gentlemen, it's that time again. Cup action. We do love cup action. It gives us a little break from the absolute drama that is the league. How he's all day, and hopefully everything is working as intended. The tests seem to have held up beforehand, so let's hope that things do not. Well, as long as it's in sync and hasn't dropped a lot of frames, we're good. Hello, what's happening? What's good? It's game day. We're up against St Mirren. This is basically a repeat of the League Cup final from back in December, which did not go away, but of course there was a lot of different circumstances then. St Mirren were in a pretty decent patch of form, and we had Wilfred Nancy, so there was a clear difference in gulf and class between the two of us at that point in time. But since then it has been pretty straightforward, a bunch of 1-0 wins in our favour, so it has been pretty close the last few matches, but we have got the job done last week. It probably should have been a little bit more than just the one goal, but we did what was needed in that match, so hopefully anything similar to that today should get the job done. Nice to see you all anyway, hope you are all well. We're going to try and get everything up and running as quick as possible, just pulling up all the necessary things to make sure that you have the visuals that you need to follow along with today's game. We'll also be kind of keeping tabs on some other matches as well, because the Merseyside derby's going on, and I know that a lot of Celtic fans tend to support either one of the two kind of Merseyside teams, so we'll kind of cover that alongside. I know that we've got Flash and Chad today. We should have two of our moderators in with us as well, so hopefully and kind of keep them updated on that as well. So let me just pull up the Liverpool one as well, because I know you can actually get away with just doing that on Google, because they're a lot more friendly towards English teams for whatever reason than they are Scottish teams. Nice to see you, Keith. Hope you're well, brother. Likewise with you, my guy. There we go. So that's up on the side as well. Nice to see you as well, Flash, as always. But we're not really going to be focusing on the Merseyside derby too much, obviously, because there is a pretty crucial game ongoing here. If you haven't seen the lineups, then you're more than welcome to take a gander at them now, before we kind of run through them a bit more closer to the time in about 10 minutes for now, give or take. But Sinisalo is between the sticks. Tierney and Ralston are two Scotsmen starting either side in the fallback positions, but there is no Scales. Obviously he's been suspended with the accumulative cards, so it's going to be Benjamin Arthur the day. There would have been talks between would it have been him or Dane. Benjamin gets the nod. I don't mind that. I think it's reasonable. I was speaking with a couple of people in Discord beforehand. I think we're all in agreement. The backline makes pretty much as much sense as you can probably ask it to do so. But the midfield three I am very happy with. There was kind of talks, would it be Rio that starts this one? Would you maybe have Ox? But no, Arn gets the nod, and it's good to see. Obviously there is that slight worry where he might be rushed maybe a bit too quickly back, but he did look pretty comfortable off the bench last week, so it would be interesting to see if he does anything similar to today in that vein. Plus, again, having a set piece specialist back in the team is fucking massive from a lot of degrees. Nygren, you know, he's decent from hitting a shot for about 25 yards out off of a free kick, but having someone that can take corners and free kicks is going to be useful. So I do not mind at all. Nygren is still in the team, though he's starting as a central attacking midfielder, but the change you might notice, and the reason why I've just left it a tiny little bit out, although if you know your shirt numbers then you already know what's about to happen, there is no key striker for us today. We're not starting with one of our main options, I guess, in Adamo or Svanchara. It's going to be Dyson Maeda that starts centrally for us. And again, I was talking about this last week, it would have made more sense to bring Tenecte off pretty much around the 60th minute mark, put him on the pitch and then push Maeda central. I was speaking about how that could have been a thing we should have done, and probably could have done. That's what we're doing out the gate this time around. So it's Tenecte on the left, Yang on the right, and of course Dyson starting centrally through the midfield. For St Mirren, though, some interesting kind of things to point out is that it's pretty much, with the exception of the goalkeeper that got injured ironically against us last week, pretty much unchanged. It is the exact same side, and based on that you have to say it wasn't the best performance for the boys for Paisley last time out at Celtic Park. So if you're going by the same starting 11s, it's not exactly ideal for them. But again, with the exception of their goalkeeper, it's going to be Mullen that comes in for him. The rest of the team is pretty much the same as you would expect. Gogic, Freckleton and Donnelly as their three centre backs. O'Hara, Devaney and Campbell in the midfield as well. Pretty much what you would expect. Declan John, Killian Phillips I should say, Mikael Mandron, and of course Jonah Ayunga as well. Some pretty interesting situations that could play out. If you want to look at the benches, there you go. Nice to see you, Shito, as well. That chat just came through there. Just going to give a slight refresh on this side, just So that update's a wee bit quicker, because that took like a half fucking hot second to come through, but it's nice to see you as well, sure thought. I suppose for those that are, for those of you that are in here for the other game, if you want to take a little look at Liverpool's side, there you go, we can take a gander at that now. I could probably pull this up on another live score tab, I can't be honest. You can work with what you've got here, but that's the Liverpool side. Obviously, we'll keep a tab on that as well, obviously, because just we have Robertson in there as well, which is always nice to see. But I mean, it's weird seeing Szoboszlai start as a right back, but he has played pretty fucking decent at times in favour, so interesting to see how that one plays out for sure. And for those that watch the Everton side, there you are. If you don't know the striker is that number 9, it's Beto, I believe. Is it Beto? It is Beto. But we're not focused on those boys, as we discussed. Obviously, for those that didn't see the other semi-final result from yesterday, it went all the way to penalties. It was not exactly the most thrilling match, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you right now. It was actually quite fucking boring in a lot of ways. Went to penalties, and Dunfermline just had the better bottle of the two, which, I mean, fair enough to them, honestly. Yeah, you can't really say too much. It's not like it wasn't a high-octane back-and-forth game where everybody was having brilliant chances. I mean, Dunfermline had a pretty decent chance, actually, I think, when it came off the ball. I'm sure, I can't mind the name of the youngster that had the crack at it. He was the closest, probably, in open play. But penalties, it went pretty much as you would expect. Falkirk just flatlined at the worst possible time, essentially, so they won't be too pleased or chuffed in that sense. I think they'll actually be quite annoyed in a lot of senses, because they would have probably backed their chances against whoever they came against, let's be honest. And I mean, Celtic and St Mirren aren't exactly in form, but if they win, they'll probably feel a wee bit confident in their abilities as well, probably to get something across the line in that final. Dunfermline are a strong side, there is no debating that. And Neil Lennon is an experienced cup winner, so it's not an easy match for whoever gets through, but on paper it should be Celtic, and it'd be very surprising if any other scenario plays out. But we were talking about this in the final and back in fucking December, and well, we know what happened then. It's always a form thing, but again, circumstances are different. Celtic have kind of found their feet, not necessarily in a comfortable way. It's more like a boxer that's getting the shit kicked out of him, but he's still got the guard up and he's still standing, so the referee isn't calling the fight just yet. That's kind of where Celtic are right now. We're hanging in there by a thread, but the boys have shown up in force. I mean, the stadium is as packed out as you would imagine it would be. Definitely more filled than yesterday's semi-final. No, not again, Dunfermline or Falkirk fans any shit for that. It is a hell of a trek. Tickets are always expensive, and more importantly, on top of everything else, it's not a guarantee that you win the game, although I've got to say it's predominantly Celtic fans. You wouldn't really be too surprised by that aspect anywhere else, so pretty confident in the boys. As you can see with the predictions, though, it is 2-0, that's what I'm going with. I'm going to just pull this up so I can have a bit of look at clearer chat. What are you thinking? This is the thing that I want to kind of ask those that are in here. Nice to see you, Thomas. Hope you're well, my guy. Come on the hoops. I'm pretty sure it will mostly be Celtic fans today as usual, which is always lovely to see. But yeah, again, predictions wise, I think it should be kind of similar to what I was going for last week, but with a bit more cohesiveness going forward, which is ideal. We've got on in the team, so I think we've got a bit more chances for set pieces, got that pace in behind, which did us a lot of good in runs last time out. We just couldn't really capitalise because we didn't have the runner getting across the right way. When Shara was on, he just wasn't making those runs. So having Maeda there means that we do have that little burst of speed in behind for a quick through ball, which is always nice. And Tenekte and Yang, they're both similar types of wingers that like to cut in and drive, so at least we have a more direct attacking threat. It's a hard one to be confident about, obviously, because of the way that we've played over the last few, I mean, I was going to say match days, but let's be honest, last few months. It's a difficult one to predict outright, but again, I'm confident in the way that our team is set up. So for those that are just coming in, nice to see you, by the way. Let's read out the lineups. We'll start with Celtic, because that makes the most sense for us. It's Sinisalo in between the sticks, Trusty and Benjamin Arthur as our two centre-backs. Tierney and Ralston are full-backs, with Arn and McGregor as our holding midfielders. Benjamin Negrin playing more of a central attacking option in midfield, with Tenekte and Yang starting either side, and Daisen Maeda, our Japanese centralman, starting up front. Hopefully he can do the job for us. I mean, it's all about the confidence for the man today. If he gets an open chance, he has to score it. It's that simple. For St Mirren, It is pretty much what you would expect. Again, the goalkeeper still on the injury list, so it is Mullen that starts in between the sticks. Freckleton, Donnelly and Gogic is their three centre-back options, with Declan John and O'Hara acting pretty much as a false five, but they'll push up if they have any counter-attacking chances that go their way. Alan Campbell and Jacob Devaney are the two holding midfielders, with Killian Phillips starting as their more central option, although he's more of an advanced option rather than a central one, with Mikael Mandron and Jonah Ayunga playing either side centrally up front as their main kind of target man options. Balls into the box, set pieces, you know the drill with the bodies, you know exactly what they're capable of doing. But again, it's all about Celtic's confidence in defence and more importantly taking the chances going forward. If you want a little look, there's some bench options there, definitely some options we can rely on should they be needed. Again, Rio, Sriracha, Oxley, definitely ones we could have gone with, and the shout that maybe should have started today in Kelechi as well. But there is no Adamu, there is no Shvanchara. Oh, there is an Adamu actually, I just realised he's at the top, it just updated there. Apparently it wasn't in the list about 10 minutes ago. But yeah, we do have options we can go with. Hopefully we should just capitalise and do what we can. They do have some options too. Richardson, I would say, is a pretty good defensive option off the bench, although it could be pretty decent as well. And Jake Young, if they want to take a more egregious approach, I suppose. Oh, come on boys, no stupid shit. That is all we can ask for the day. As long as we don't play bad, we should be good. But football is a funny fucking sport. Nothing is ever set in stone in this, especially with the way that Celtic play. Right, we can be very good on a lot of occasions, but this season it is not necessarily played out that way for us. It's going to be more or less a it's pretty much going to be a fucking rundown of options here, but Nikran's ready to get the ball rolling. Everything should be up and going now. And you'll have everything updated live alongside as we kick off. There was a slight delay just so they could get everything up to speed. We're around about a minute or two past the original intended kick-off time, but we have got the ball underway. Football time, let's go. Let's see what we can do. Obviously St Mirren will be kicking right to left. I always hate the kind of, I wouldn't say it's a kick clash, it's just in certain lighting it's kind of hard to tell who's who. So if I get names wrong or mispronounce a number just off the top of my head, I do apologise in advance. But there we go, the live stats have popped up there. Once we have the stats thing show up in between these two, I'll pop that open as well so you can get a gander at that as well. Nice little pop inside. Celtic are trying to funnel it forward early and fast. It's a nice little steal there in the midfield though, and looks like St Mirren are already playing a bit more advanced, and there's an early foul and on that. Phillips is the victim of the Belgian. It's an early foul. Some Tierney they got in and nipped at the back of him. And again, this is the option we have with Maeda. It's a big mistake for St Mirren, and this is my case in point. Celtic take the lead off of a brilliant Maeda press. Gets in front of the ball, and inside a minute, Celtic are in front. St Mirren have capitulated, and that's what happens when you don't have your main keeper. Bad things can happen, and pressure can mount. Maeda proves my point in real fucking time. Excellent start for the boys. Celtic are one to the good. Could not ask for a more sophisticated press than that. Just stays with his man, puts the pressure on the back line, and as soon as that weird touch from Mullen, it's not the most comfortable, and Maeda just puts his body in the way, and it just trundles slowly towards the goal. But if you're the goalkeeper there, you are fucking... Oh, you're watching that in 3 times slow-mo. He tries to scurry back to the line to get his hand on it. Doesn't work out. It's a horrible mistake for St Mirren's perspective, but a brilliant start for Celtic's. Daisen Maeda puts us in front. That is so unlucky for a lot of... it's the one thing, if you're St Mirren's manager, you do not want that to be the start. What made it tense last week at Celtic Park was the fact that obviously there was just the one goal in it, but Celtic have made the early intent. And it turns out in order for us to score goals from our striking option, it has to not be a striker. Interesting, man. It's fucking incredible. Still no live stats popping up though. We're 3 minutes into the game and there's nothing in that front. That's interesting. I suppose we can give this a little refresh and check now as well. And keep tabs on that at the same time. I don't know why it's not loading up stats. Nice to see you, Kev. I think that was with you, David. have to hold my tongue here because there's actually another saunter forward for Celtic. It looks like we're trying to kill this game as early as possible, which is very refreshing to see. McGregor cut inside for Nygren, nice little pop out towards the right hand side. Ralston's got it, just tries to shift it quickly. McGregor's got options again, just kind of steps back and pops it across for Tierney, who's under a bit of pressure, so we'll just lay off for Trusty, see if there's any open options that he can take. Cut back inside, switch the cross for Benjamin Arthur. I mean, the Celtic fans are immediately bursting into fine voice, doing exactly what you would expect. Let me just give this a wee refresh and see if we can get it to piece the stats, because it is ripping the piss a little bit. No, apparently it's just not getting us live stats. Interesting, I guess that will update over time. I mean, it's happened a few times before actually, where it's managed to go for 10 or 15 minutes before it actually updates, so I'm going to stick with that and send somebody to apologise that you don't have live stats with you. But it's been all Celtic in the opening 5, hard to say anything else besides that. Tierney, nice little shift. Cut across towards Trusty, he'll just pop that back towards Sinisalo. No real danger there, to be honest with you. St Mirren aren't trying to engage in the oppressor. Younger tries a mini step forward to put some pressure on, but nothing else really on towards. Celtic can just clear the lines as comfortably as you would expect, and that's a really calm touch for Dyson. He seems to be switched on with it. Lovely pass from McGregor. It's a risky touch, but well dealt with on that right hand side by Ralston. Not usually the man you would expect to be taking calm controlled touches. Jan cuts it back to McGregor, nice little switch, and all of a sudden Celtic have got an open run down that left hand side, but Tierney's pass is, to put it nicely, way off target. To put it unnicely, absolute shite. It was nowhere near where he needed it to be. Could have been a lot better from him. Who scored that? It was Dyson, pretty much in the opening kind of 45 odd seconds essentially. Just a poor touch from Mullen, allowed Maeda to close the gap, got his body in front of it, kind of bounced off and rolled across the line. Very comfortable from us in that perspective, but if you're St Mirren, you're raging. No easy way to put it. It's the kind of classic not being switched on from kick-off type of goal, to be honest with you. Celtic were switched on, St Mirren were not, and that's what happens. And Celtic are trying to keep the press alive. It does get his body in the way of that one, but it'll still probably be a throw-in for St Mirren, and is. Frickel looking for any option that he can get, but no one's there with him. There's only one question though, can Celtic be, I'm presuming, be bold. We have been playing like we're old at times, to be honest with you, but be bold and push on, because after the 20 minutes St Maurice bossed us at Silly Park, even get to the point where there wasn't really too much fight, especially towards the end of the first half. There we go, I told you. It takes a while, but eventually they do update them. You've got live stars now. Well, this is what I was saying to you in the Discord beforehand, Flash, but it's like, it's different in cup competition. St Mirren back in, December had a bit more form. Celtic had Nancy in for his second game in charge at that point. Like, the circumstances were different for the last cup match, so I didn't expect it to play it the same way. And again, Celtic have actually done the reverse of what St Mirren did to us and scored in the opening minute or two. So, I mean, if you're a betting man, maybe 3-1 might be the way to go. Celtic have definitely played the nicer stuff. St Mirren have barely had any touches on the ball to begin with, so if Celtic can maintain that pace and keep it going for the whole 90, then we should be very, very comfortable. Subscribing's free win. Or are you talking about the like Celtic TV? There are other ways to watch the game, by the way, I should clarify that. I'm pretty sure it's on Premier Sports, and if you're outside of the UK, Paramount Plus. Well, either way, you're more than welcome to join us, Wayne. Pleasure to have you back, my guy. I kind of get that, man. If you're paying like fucking... There was a talk about that, not yesterday, but the day before on TV, where they were talking about how expensive it is to follow your team. Especially if you can't get to matches. Like if you're a foreign supporter, it's actually cheaper to watch games at home than if you're from Britain and doing the same thing. Because in America you've got things like Paramount Plus and all that stuff for, you know, whatever equivalent in other continents, but in Britain it's basically just Sky Sports and Premier Sports. There's a shot for range! Oh, it's hit the post! That was a lovely shot for Arn. It was not particularly threatening at first with the touch inside, but the quick movement for Celtic just opened it up, and the first touch for Arn was not bad. Definitely beaten Mullen, but couldn't beat the post. Just bounces up, cannons off it, and pings as far left as possible out of play. It was nearly a second for us, and St Mirren are trying to play out for the back again, and Maeda nearly beats them to the press, and in fact they have lost the ball high up. It's just a weird bounce. Negrin gets the advantage of that one, and the pass back in was less than ideal, to be honest with you. The head off is Celtic's one in defence, but again bounces St Mirren's way, so they get away with that one too. Easier said than done. So, aye, fucking too right, Flash. Could not have put it better myself. You're in Australia. Well, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. We do love our Aussies in chat, man. For a few streams before where we've actually had like a good bulk of them. I think there was one stream in the past where I had like 20% of the viewers for Australia, but I think that's because we had a friendly against a team that has a very Aussie heavy fan base. Just had to hold my tongue there because there was a bit of defensive pressing there from Celtic's perspective to deal with, but Sinisalo's just kind of rolling out from the back, calmly plays it towards Trusty. He'll just switch that in towards Tierney, and Tierney should get it up the line. That's exactly what happens, but it's going to be a bit of an ask to expect Maeda to win that one, to be honest with you. He's not the tallest boy in the field, so St Mirren try to get a fall, but Celtic body the space out, managed to get the ball back, takes a bit of a deflected touch on that clearance, and St Mirren try to play through the line. It's a nice original touch, to be fair, but the second kind of let him down. You can tell by the kind of arms going up in the air as he ran that he wasn't too pleased with it, but Celtic are trying to move the ball quickly. That is a lovely scythe pass, and it's put Celtic in a really good position. The switch across was a bit maybe early hit from Yang, to be honest, but Celtic have engaged in the press again, and Mullen, that is a few times the boy's been put under pressure, and you can tell by his reaction to his defenders. He's saying, can you stop passing it back when there's people pressing? And honestly, he's not wrong, because the defenders have had a lot of space to just pop out to the side if they're under pressure, but they're just punting it straight back to their goalkeeper, and right away you have Maeda, Arn, Yang, Tenekte all trying to close and funnel the spaces, and kind of getting to their goalkeeper a wee bit. But as far as opening stints of the match goes, it's been pretty much one-way traffic. Celtic could have been 2-0 up if it wasn't for the wood work. That's a nice little pass actually for Sinisalo under pressure, although that's not too fucking clever. Yep, okay, yeah, he's panicked, and now he's going to do the Mullen. He did a Mullen, no. Yep, just panicked, tried to get out for the box, and it's been given away for a quick throw in. St Mirren have already put it in play, and they're going backwards rather than forwards, so not too worrying. Switch the cross, and it's so, whoa, what the fuck? He's just caught the ball in the park, man. I knew it was going out of play. I get like he just wanted to save the ball bouncing out in about 10 seconds, but he caught the ball in the fucking field. Like, bro was on the park and he just did a whole ass fucking rugby catch. Like, if you're in the NFL, that's a cracking effort, lad, but unfortunately that's not the right sport. We'll just call that a silly sausage moment and move on with our day, shall we? No carb for it though, which is a bit surprising, to be honest. Well, I get the context as to why it probably wasn't. It was going out of play, it is what it is, but you can't really do that. Because, I mean, oh wait, the goalkeeper's gone down. Alright, St Mirren's goalkeeper's gone down, interesting. Yeah, you're definitely valid, Flash, because, I mean, if you were doing that, like, if that is how it applies, if you're, like, in the box as a defender, and you know it's going out of play, if you catch that ball, it's a definite penalty, right? Like, the same rule should apply. At the very fucking least, it should have been a free kick rather than just a throw. But no, nothing. They basically just went, yeah, that is what it is. Well, St Mirren seem to have this thing against us where their goalkeeper goes down. It's happened again, so it'll be interesting to see if they're going to need to make another change. I think it's from that original press from Maeda, and he's not really played the same since, but I mean, he was running back to goal fine enough. Did he just land weird on his knee? Maybe he tweaked something for clearing a ball out. I honestly don't know. You're in South West Australia. It's 9:12. Fucking respect to you, my guy. Oh yeah, I forgot, right? Because it's kind of coming towards the summer months. It's actually more bitter down there than most likely up here, although we're just more tolerable to it, I suppose. It's the same as whenever you have like your height of summer and that shit would vaporise us like dust. It's like some are not going to be forced into that early change. And it's one of their youngsters, it's one of their academy youngsters, I believe, as well. Forgive me for not knowing his name ahead of time, I just wasn't expecting to see him, but let me just pull up his name so I do not confuse him. But there he is there. Tamos, oh fucking hell, that is a hell of a name. Tamos Cepheus? Or Tamos Evicius? Oh yeah, Tamos Evicius. Alright, okay. I just had to figure out how the fucking that was pronounced. Yep, there's your answer. So, Tamanavicius. Hell of a fucking name, actually, to be fair. Balling name. Nice to see you, MK. Hope you're well, my guy. It's the way the buildings are built, though. To reiterate the final point of your Aussie rant, because I feel that in my bones. Yeah, it's just the way the buildings are built, man. In Australia, they're pretty much the same as America, right? They're not necessarily built with brick and mortar. Well, St Mirren have officially made their change. He is on the park now. Mullen leaves. It's a bit of a disappointment if you're the backup goalkeeper and you're like, finally I can get a run of form, and then you go down basically with the same, if not probably a worse variant of the injury if you're being forced off early. Don't think that'll be too good for St Mirren, to be honest with you. I mean, you've got a 17-year-old goalkeeper in between the sticks. That isn't the type of pressure you want to bring a kid on under, and I think the manager would have probably been saying that to him before he came on. He's like, look lad, the pressure is not on you here. Just go out and give it the best shot you can. Kind of gives me the same type of vibes as that Kinski and that Tottenham Atletico first leg, but it's just circumstances do not allow the substitute goalkeeper to do well. So Celtic try to get to the byline there. It's well defended, to be honest, by Lara. Decent wee shift for the Tunisian trying to get down there. It'll be interesting to see what the kid does, to be honest with you. If he has a good game, then I mean it's a hell of a time to do so. How you doing, mate? Dread? Nice to see you, my guy. Legend weekend comrade. Nice to see you too, brother. Hope you're well. It's his first professional game. Yeah, that's what makes it a wee bit sad, because I'm like, as much as I'm like, we should capitalise on this, it's like, imagine working, 16 and a half, 17 odd years to get into the position that you're in, and the first fucking game that you're brought in is a very crucial, very high octane match where, I mean, you could potentially put your team in position to get a European place, because I mean, that's what Dunfermline will be thinking, right? They're a fucking team that's thinking, hey, we could get a European knockout spot potentially, we could take advantage. I know the guy looks as Scottish as he could be, to be honest, right? Like ginger, proper, pale ass skin, and then he has a name like Tamovicicius. That's an insanely cool name. Most of the time it's just like Douglas or McKinnon, some shit like that. Nice to see you, Tony. Hope you're well, brother. Hello you as well. Likewise with you, Crowtail. Hope you're well, my guy. Nice to see you as always. And of course, Celtic forever as well, man. Got all the old guard back. That's nice to see you. So there's the referee's just having a wee conversation. What's happening here? I suppose he's just having words with Phillips. I suppose that's fine. Didn't seem like it was too egregious, to be honest, but Celtic just play on nonetheless. It was a right idea with the ball in behind. Maeda will put the press on the 17-year-old. Oh god, he is fucking ruthless. Yo, he is ruthless. He has 1 goal and 1 goal alone. Tanetti and oh Jesus Christ, Tanetti and Tierney have a wee bump off each other there. O'Hara just kind of stepped out between the two of them. Nice to see you, Catherine. I was you, MK, as well. You hope that Celtic play well. But I mean, so far so fucking good, to be honest with you. St Mirren haven't done too much in terms of pressing and chance creation. Celtic have done a lot of the heavy lifting. We've had the post, scored a goal early, which is 2 things that we usually don't do at all, so positive. And a lot of senses. That's another giveaway, this time from the 17-year-old goalkeeper. We've got it into a really good area. Shot is not exactly well struck for Nygren, but that was at least enough power. Straight into the hands of the thankful teenager, to be honest with you. It was not the ball out they would have wanted. Gollish just kind of gives him a wee pat on the shoulder as if to say, lad, respectfully, I get that you're young and you're inexperienced, but do that again and I will throw you into a locker. Interesting nonetheless. Your house was built to stay cool in the summer, but the winter is brutal. I see. There's like a science to it, right? Like Britain's houses in summer, even though the weather isn't particularly warm, it traps heat significantly well, and we don't have AC, so summer is brutal for us. But in the winter, you don't actually even need to turn your heating on if you're under a certain age, and you can actually get through winter relatively fine. At least if you want to conserve your lecky bills. You don't really get that choice if your house is made out of certain types of like draftwoods and things like that, because yeah, air's going to get through that house a lot better, and then winter when it's a lot worse. Just make sure you have as much quilts on hand as possible, my guy. That's a nice wee pass back actually for Trusty. Was under a decent bit of pressure though. Send it, Sinny. I don't think you heard me, son. Send it. No, he's passing it to Trusty for fuck's sake. Trusty sends it. Let's go, big man. Yes. Pressure on Maeda there by Gogic. Forces the big man to just pop it out to the side for a throw in. A pretty good area as well, might I add. I swear Gogic's head gets more refined every time I see it. This should be ours. I was going to say, at the very least it should be our throw-in. There was a few shot pulls for both boys in there. Although Tierney and O'Hara are having a very interesting battle down that side. I've got to give their captain credit. I mean, to be fair, he's also a hell of an NFL player making the catch. Oh, that's good for Yang. That's lovely. Nygren into space. Good shot for Maeda. Spilled. It's well closed down in the end, I think, by Freckleton that time. Actually, it could have been Donnelly that came across to help cover it. One of the two of them was there either way, but another big chance for Celtic goes amiss. Can't really say it was too much on Maeda's fault. He does well, gets into the space and hits it hard and low, but keeper's got the youthful spring in his step, gets down quickly and pushes it away. Not bad for your first real stop. Sorry, they put more into the goal contribution schemes than them. Nice little spin out to the side. There's your control. Foul. Surely foul. No. Okay. And St Mirren go to break forward. There's a big chance for St Mirren to break forward actually. Let's see what happens here. Celtic get as much bodies back as possible. Takes a deflection. McGregor kind of pops it up. Nice little step in and stealing. We kind of slow the ball down. And we should be fine. Colin will score. I'm presuming you have a bet on for that, don't it? Yeah, score corner. We need to score from a corner now for Redeemer's sake. Not for any other reason. Just so the man can make his bet money. Fair enough, my guy. Honestly, good save from Grant, but could have been a goal. Yeah, I think you're probably right. That's like Jim Beglin levels of insight, you know what I mean? Can't say the wee kids had a bad start. I mean, Sanasalos had nothing to do, so it's can't really compare him to the to the counterpart that he's got on the other side of the pot. But I mean, the kid's made one missed pass, and besides that, been pretty content. Don't think he'll be too mad with how he's played so far, even though he's only been on the pitch for like 10 minutes. It's a good little step in for St Mirren there to cut the ball out. Give John credit, but it's just put Celtic in a throw-in position around the halfway line. We've slowed the play down a little bit, not as many chances going away, but we're doing what we need to do. St Mirren popped that one up. Let's see if there's a drop down going for anyone. It is won eventually in the end by Ralston, although my head is offside, so I'll have to wait for Gogic to touch that one, and Gogic will just let it run. Yep, and the flag goes up anyway. I mean, I respect my head. Kind of, well, if you're not going to put it out, I'll force you anyway. I'll just get the full, no bother. Fair enough. No arguments there. It's just showing that I made a chance again. No, I actually took a slight nick after the defender. I didn't even see that the first time round. You don't notice it unless it's from that angle, but yeah, it just kind of pops up more towards the goalkeeper. Helps him out a wee bit. Fair enough, I just thought it was a shot more or less straight to the goalkeeper. Can't blame my either too much at all then. Interesting bounce if we want to chase it down. Gogic is there on top of it, puts it back towards Tomovicius. His name is always got. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's the thing that's annoying me. Is like, I could turn the audio up so I could hear it, but I think it's Vivicius, right? So it's Tomovicius. I'm trying to pronounce it just after the fucking letters I see in his back, so I do apologise if it's horribly wrong. It's a good, really good punt forward actually. If they could get someone in behind, Trusty's going to win the original knock on. I haven't really had to see too much of the Celtic defenders today, which is a very good thing 25 minutes into a game. The less they have to do, the better it is for us, let's be honest. Remember watching double episodes of EastEnders on a Sunday in January with a coat on the couch and a cup of tea. That is the most British sentence I'll fucking see in time. But yeah, 35 years old now is probably the issue. But to be fair, I suppose that does come with age into it. But you know yourself, those real bad cold days are always the worst, man. Like, even if you're young, like some of my worst ones are actually for when I was a kid, you know, that way, but it's like absolutely Baltic. Even if you're sitting in front of a heater, you're still shivering. Those are the types of colds I hate the fucking worst. Well, behind the actual illness itself, anyway. Go on the Merseyside derby, but not to. Interesting. Let me take a gander. Ah, slut. You need to fuck off, bro. Respectfully, man. What the hell? Fair play. They actually give very big credit to Everton. They're not just winning, they're deservedly winning. 5 shots, 3 in target. Seems that we're just doing that thing where, oh, we have the ball though. Like, fuck off, Liverpool. Still, as long as my main team wins, I do not give a shit. Let's go. Nice little ball across. It's not as if Liverpool have too many chances to win things this season anyway. That's a good steal for tonight, actually, if it just wants to hold that up. Nice. Well, look, going backwards there, dude, you had fucking 6 or 7 players literally standing right to your goddamn fucking side. You could have just used any of them, but goes back and allows St Mirren to kind of break the press a little bit, put themselves back into position. Ralston. He's actually had some very good passing range today. To be honest with you, some really cracking long range switches. Hold on a second! Let's go back. Let's see what's happened here then. Oh, it's fucking gorgeous. God has favoured Liverpool again. How the hell does this keep happening? Fair enough. Well, there you go. Oh! And Liverpool have just scored in front of my eyes! Shuthouse City in full effect. Watches VOD finds a way to disallow that. What the fuck? Fair enough. There you go, Liverpool are now 1-0 up apparently. They've just done the fucking Uno reverse card. And Celtic are actually in a really good position here. Tierney's into the box, takes a weird ass deflection. It's going to hit the top of the net and go out for a corner. I thought it took a deflection and went out for a corner. Is he offside? Or was it just a really weird cross? Oh, I thought it took the touch off the top of the knee. Nah, never mind. Just popped it in. There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and fear of use. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It's like they literally heard me saying, ah, fuck off, something like, actually, you fuck off instead, pal. My bad. I will hold my tongue. Oh, St Mirren have slipped in a bad place. That could be detrimental to them. Celtic are trying to break forward. It's a weird bounce. Celtic have done well to get into space, but the touch for Yang's not exactly the best. He tries to stay on it. He's getting bodied. That, I mean, bro, he's getting his shot fucking hacked and hound. How the fuck's that not a foul? Fair enough, referee just lets it play on. I'm presuming that Yang was grabbing Gogic back. It's hard to tell for that angle, but... well, like the... oh, that's going to deflect and out for a corner. I mean, St Mirren will have their first chance. I was going to, yeah, like Young could have probably shot the first time round, but he definitely was getting held up there by Gogic. Showing that chance back for St Mirren. I mean, they're not going to have too many replays of offensive chances, so they'll definitely take advantage of those where they can. Corner kick, pretty much heading into the half-an-hour mark. It's not as if Liverpool have fans have a lot to celebrate this season. Let them have it. Let us have a moment. O'Hara's going to swing this one in for St Mirren in the meantime. Let's see where this one goes. It's actually a really good lofted header. Good save, Sinisalo! What a stop for the Finn! Apparently Donnelly headed the ball that hard that he's broke his fucking head. I don't know what's happened, but what a save for Sinisalo, man. Reflex stop. Had to react in time, because if not, he had to get good wrist to that as well, because he could have schmeichelled that and just palmed it into the top of the net. Fucking brilliant, Cinny. He's trying to get that first start spot next season, and he's fucking earning his bread so far. That is switched on as you can get. He's had nothing to do for half an hour. Woke up there though, and again, another lofted cut. Why is nobody marking him? For fuck's sake, lads, mark him. We get there in the end, but that was 2 St Mirren players for the second corner in a row, just standing on the edge of the box unfucking marked. Rather than going for zonal marking, boys, maybe go for man now. You just allowed a free header again. Oh, St Mirren nearly fuck it defensively and give the ball straight to Maeda, but the ball gets back towards their teenage goalkeeper. Honestly, for real. It's going to be sent forward by St Mirren. That's going to be an awkward ass bounce. Don't think they'll mind that one too much. O'Hara's going to send it forward into the right areas. Celtic have just stepped in a little bit. So that save for Sinisalo's kind of woke St Mirren up a little bit. Good switch onto that far side. Ball in. Not the greatest touch for Tierney. I think the flag's gone up for offside anyway. To spend over $500 million and can't manage top 4 of fucking... There's a few teams in the Premier League that apply to those rules. It's coming off a trust it. Oh. Okay, well that's... What the fuck's happening now? Sinisalo played it back across the line and it cannons off of Freckleton, and that Sinisalo had to tip it off the line again. I don't know what the fuck happened there. It took a bounce off the arm. They're trying to say that it's a goal, but I think they've wiped it off. Interesting. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like it's over the line anyway. The St Mirren players were claiming for it originally, but thankfully for us, didn't work out. was not the fucking... Yeah, Trusty was not the greatest show of composure there, let's say. Fuck's sake, big man, that could have been really awkward. They had it down as a St Mirren goal for like a split second and then they disallowed it, so... Just to clarify, that's why it says 1... Oh, it does say 1-1 up in the corner. I want to clarify, it's not 1-1. They just had it temporarily reviewed. It came off his arm anyway, so... That's why you're seeing that, but it is still 1-0. Do not stress. VAR worked, yeah, it did its job. And incredible. It's just because I was confused in real time. I didn't know if it was over the line. That's why I kind of stayed silent, but either way, it was a handball and Sinisalo kept it from going over the line, so we're good on both fronts. Fair enough. We're being bamboozled. I know, I feel that in my fucking soul. That's a very vicious challenge. That's going to be a yellow card for Arndt. Nice to see you back, big man, but don't fucking get suspended as soon as you're back. That would not be good for us. Devaney takes a bit of your soul on there, I have to admit. Thankfully the studs weren't up and he kept his leg in the ground, so fucking thank Christ for that, because if he had his studs up, that could have been a red potentially. I know, that's how quick the check was, to be honest with you, Flash. That's why, because like, when it crossed the line, you seen the referee do that with his watch to point to give it a goal, and then like before he's even done that motion, he's got his hand in his head like that, and it's like, oh, actually, no, and it showed the replay back. It came off the hand, so yeah, and it showed the goal line technology as well. It looked like Sinisalo had kept it out of play regardless, so yeah. I'm pretty sure once they had the line check, and I think Watchalong's just hit the nail on the head. We'll give this a wee refresh because apparently it really wants to still say that it's one apiece. It is not one apiece, so I want to clarify this. I'm pretty sure if I pull up any other tab or any other thing that would clarify, let's see what's happening in this game. Still nothing. I'm wondering when it will fix itself. It takes its fucking time. What, the tackle, are you talking about Arm's challenge? It was definitely a yellow, dude. By today's game, he goes in quite rash, doesn't win the ball, and had his stud shown for the first like half second of it. That's why I was terrified, but he put his foot down before contact, so we're good. There you go. The VAR's caught up with us and they've disallowed our goal. So it's still 1-0 here. I don't think St Mirren will be too disheartened at it though, because at the end of it they'll realise that they don't need too many chances to actually get us worried. But it was actually a really good save for Sinisalo. It's just showing the screen or the still of the claw off the line. It's definitely not behind the goal. Plus again, yeah, as the commentators just clarified again, it's for that handball bounce. So we were saved on two fronts still. Did you see that Michael Stewart got by? Yeah, no, I've been fucking... Apparently he was in the grounds car park yesterday for the Falkirk and Dunfermline match, and he was doing his like post-match interview inside the inside of the van, which I found quite funny. It's a damn interesting sitch. What a challenge, McGregor. That's just opened up the fucking floodgates for Celtic to break forward. Brilliant for the skipper. Let's see what happens for it, Tierney. That's not the worst cross in the world. It's not a bad header for Yang. It's hit the bar and bounced down. Not over the line though. Big opportunity for Celtic and it just doesn't go our way. That is so unlucky. For the second time this game we've hit the woodwork. That's the post, now the bar. Lovely cross for Tierney. It was pretty much a hanging cross, to be honest. I think Yang was caught in between two minds, between maybe heading it back across or just try to find the far corner. In the end he goes for the far corner and it's not a bad header, by the way, for the South Korean. He's very unlucky that doesn't bounce down and in, but it hits the top of the bar, bounces about 3 or 4 inches in front of the line, so nowhere near enough for a even potential goal line check. You could see from open play it was nowhere near the net. But lovely attempt from us. We honestly could have had 3. This is a game of what ifs so far, let's be honest. I mean, the one goal that has been scored has not been particularly too good, but the 3 potential ones that could have stood. 2 posts and a VAR intervention. We hope we'd be at least 2-0 up by now. We could have gone 2-0 up in about the last 30 seconds. It's now banned them for the car park. Incredible. Yeah, football is... I don't know, see, whenever I speak to anyone that's over like 45, 50 years of age, you know, back when football was pretty much just grass pitches and nothing else, like mud and blood and guts, you know, the old school style of football. They always kind of say the same thing. It's like, it feels like we've Americanised football. It's become a business, and they're not wrong in any aspect. It's like, you can still support the team, but it just feels like you're not supporting a group of lads anymore. You're supporting a fucking franchise. That's a good break forward for Celtic. Actually, hold on a minute, I'm shutting the fuck up. Chance, ball into space, deflect, please, run that through, shoot, big man, you've got to pull the trigger there. Tenecte does a bit too late. I mean, I appreciate that he got the shot off, but by that point, St Mirren had already closed him down long beforehand. Celtic are still in the final third. Nice ball into space, nice little cut back across as well. And then it's eventually played back, but as I was kind of saying anyway, yeah, it's like back then managers were at your club for 10, 15, 20 years before they were getting replaced, and in the Premier League they're getting replaced on average every like 8 fucking months. In the SPFL it's kind of the same, right? We've had managers that have served us for 10, 20, 30 plus years numerous times over the last century or so, but this century barely any managers managed to last more than a few years. I'm not saying for Celtic specifically, we do have exceptions to the rule, as do Rangers, as do other teams, but you get what I'm saying. There's teams like Hearts and Hibs that switch managers every 2-3 fucking seasons like it's clockwork. I mean, just look at Kelly or Aberdeen over the last few seasons. So there's not really a consistent thing to back for a lot of people. It's why a lot of the love for the game has been sucked out, because you can't really back any players or do that thing as a kid where you have a player's name in the back of your shirt. Because back then, yeah, they would be like your franchise player, right? They'd be the one that you'd expect to stay for a while. But now, if you have a player that's half good and you get them on the back of your shirt, you know for a fact you're going to lose that boy to some fucking bench down in England in about 2 seasons. It's a few times it's happened to us between players like fucking Matt O'Reilly for us and, you know, players like Patterson for Rangers. It's kind of a shame, actually. If he wins a cup, does he get... No, he does not get the Celtic job if he wins a cup, David. I'm sorry, his win rate's just not good enough. I love Lennon. I want to clarify, I have no bad blood towards Lennon at all. Like, he's a manager that I don't really like him for his last stint, but what he did in his first stint I'll always appreciate, so, you know, I have nothing but respect for the man. I just don't think he would be a fix, right? Like, the whole thing that we've been talking about is how we can't keep going back to the past to fix our problems, and the last 3 or 4 managers that we have hired, with the exception of Nancy, have literally been previous managers, right? Fucking Brendan. Obviously O'Neill being back. And I mean, fuck him, man. If we go with Postecoglou or something, then that would literally mean our last 3 managers, or at least our 3 long-term managers, taking away Nancy, have all been basically former coaches, which isn't exactly ideal. You want to go for a more kind of advanced approach, a more youthful approach. I mean, if you want an interesting one, look at what Union Berlin's doing. I'm not saying do it because it's obviously fucking stupid and it wouldn't work, right? But like, they've signed a lassie for their coach, a 34-year-old lassie, and fair fucking dues to her, man. She's not doing the worst job tactically, I'll say that much. But we need like a youthful injection. We don't need an old dog or anything like that. And Lennon's a old school. He suits at Dunfermline, right, rough and ragged, dig in and get the result regardless if you're not playing the best stuff. Celtic are expected to be the better team, so, you know, playing that rough and ragged style just doesn't necessarily make the most sense. Uncle's was McStay. Aye, and like nowadays you don't really have players that you can do that with, because but who's the longest serving player at Celtic right now besides the academy players? Like, try and find the answer to that. Right, take away McGregor or Tierney or, you know, Forrest or Ralston. Who's the longest serving Celtic player besides that we signed out with the club? Oh, that's Sinisalo, fuck's sake, son! That's a big mistake, and St Mirren have fucked it. Phillips has somehow messed up there. Sinny, big man, you need to not do that again, man. I've been giving you praise most of the match. You pulled off some great saves, but that is silly. Nearly opens up a fucking major chance for St Mirren. It's a good press for Mandron. Give him credit. Ayunga plays it back across, and it's just not the finish that Phillips would have wanted to hit on the run. And Sinisalo immediately has his hands up as if to say, Jesus Christ. Were you watching it? Yeah, I don't know this. Nah, pretty much sportsman. Same as most people are, most likely. Kobe killed in his career in the SPL. I wouldn't say killed it, it severely damaged it. It was not a pretty season to witness. Let's be honest, everyone remembers that fucking Kennedy had to take charge for a few games towards the end of that shit as well. Not good. Carter Vickers probably. Yeah, you know, see my case in point, they're not someone that you'd be like, that's a club legend. It's like, yeah, he's played for us for a few seasons. But Celtic need to be able to bring that identity back to themselves. I think that's kind of the key thing. Have some players that actually want to stay and develop at the club. I mean, look at players like Johnston. As much as the man's knee is made out of glass, he's already had some offers for bigger clubs and turned them down. That's a good sign, right? He clearly loves where he's at. Obviously, as much as he was a bit miffed at the Forest move for 25 million, I think in hindsight he'd be happy considering the fact that otherwise he'd be in a relegation battle and he would have gone down and got injured anyway, so that's another giveaway for St Mirren. What the fuck is happening in the midfield, man? It's literally who can give the ball away in the most stupid possible place. Celtic give it in the final third. Nice little step by. That was lovely. Fucking hell. Why is Ralston playing some of the silkiest football I've ever seen? We're all stony, man. What the fuck? Nice ball into space. That could have been alright, but it's been caught out by St Mirren in the end. That's good for them. There's a collision off the ball. Referee doesn't seem too interested. And to be honest with you, I don't think anyone seems too interested. Whether even Trusty just kind of got back up and went fair enough, actually. That was what it is. I love when you see like players do that. They go down like, my fucking... Oh wait, he's not buying it. Up immediately. Buddies are trying hard for the equaliser. They have gone for a bit of a press. There's 3 additional minutes to play out. And we've already been about a minute through it. Give or take. Do I know what this feels like, if anyone remembers this? My fucking Sinisalo, wake up, so Christ above, man. You seen fucking Ayunga, like, start to beeline it towards him, and Sinisalo's just kind of standing there, like, fucking, like, sneaky snitches playing in the back of his head or some piss. What the fuck are you trying? So, like, you need to wake up. You've pulled off 2 absolute wonder saves. That does not mean your job's done, though, son. Christ. Oh, Yang! What a tackle for Yang! Big chance for us getting into the box. Come on, son! Oh, so unlucky. We keep the press alive, try to force the issue. Yang has been very physically involved in this game, and I love to see that. Maeda might have got the goal, but out of the front 3, he has absolutely been the best between them. In terms of getting into space, putting in physical challenges, McGregor gets a wee bit too physical with that one. It's not going to be a card or anything, but definitely catches his man a wee bit early there. Since the likes of Forrest McGregor, and yeah, that's my point. Unless they're academy players, there is none. Let's see what happens here. Gogic just, well, thought he was going to punt it forward, but he's left it for the goalkeeper instead. Why is no one putting off at Ruiz? Because they're scared and their confidence is shot. But it gives me Stuttgart vibes if anyone remembers that game. Scored in the first minute and kind of had that 10-minute burst of energy afterwards where we could have scored 2 or 3 more, and then we just kind of slowly started sitting in as the game went on, and before you know it, the end of the half, and a lot of chances have actually gone the other way. Sinisalo's just going to send this one forward. If there is one last chance in the half, it's going to come now. Depends on who wins the header here. Nobody in particular, so Celtic kind of send it forward. Tenecte takes it down. There is a overlapping run for Tierney on that far side. Tenecte uses the decoy. Lovely ball in towards Yang. The first touch is lovely for Yang as well. The layoff is beautiful from Yang. It's a brilliant goal! What a team move that is! And it's Anthony fucking Ralstoney again, man. I told you he is playing some brilliant stuff there now. And him and Yang have just shown why. What a fucking goal. Nothing else to say. That is a team move of the highest order. The dummy run for Tierney, the cutting for Tenecte, the brilliant off the ball work for Yang, the hold up play for Yang, and the finish for Ralston. Absolutely fucking pristine, lads. That's the Celtic Football Club I know. That touch for Yang to lay it up in the box was gorgeous. Lays it after Ralston, and first time, by the way. First time, the little flick back heel for Yang, gorgeous. Ralston runs onto it, right footed, hits it as hard as he fucking can. Sails up past the goalkeeper, and you have to feel for the kid. He's not going to get anywhere close to that. Hits the top of the bar, and then like Yang's, when it bounces back out and away, straight into the fucking net. Love you, Ralston. That's why they call him AR, because the man's a fucking goddamn gun. Aim, fucking shoot, score. Brilliant. I love that man so much. I know people love Donovan, but I've been saying this for the start of the fucking season. He looks different. Look at the fucking ferocity in the man's eyes as we head after half time. He is fired up, man. What a fucking end. We start the game and end the half as pretty much as good as you can. What a fucking finish, man. Oh, that is silky. We could have been 4-0 up in this half, man. This is genuinely beautiful stuff. Well, we just asked the question, why is nobody putting their foot through us? And Ralston pretty much heard that through the fucking realms. It went, aye, watch this, son. Fucking cannon fodder, man, straight into the top of the net. What a goal that is. That team move, anyone that hasn't seen that goal, please go into Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called and go into like fucking Premier Sports' Twitter page. They always put the goals up about 2 or 3 minutes later. Look at the Ralston goal. It is absolutely fucking perfection, man. Lovely goal, man. Cannot argue with it in the slightest. Brilliant start with the Maeda press. Gets it. Like it's two very different goals, right? First goal is basically just one guy being switched on and chasing down the goalkeeper, getting on the end of it, and the ball kind of rolls into the net. That goal was team football. That was silky smooth football, man. Moved from left to right, involved most of the team. The attacker, every attacker got a touch of that ball. Even Maeda on the start to lay it off technically got a touch of the ball, so I'm not sure every player got a touch, minus Sinisalo and Trusty, but most did on the build up to it. But the little cut-in for Tierney to give the decoy run to Tenecte, the run for Tenecte, beautiful, the ball into the box. Yang's first touch, I mean the second was gorgeous, don't get me wrong, the wee back heel to set Ralston up for the shot. But the first touch, by the way, that is superb. Because if he underhits that, or just softly touches it, it just comes off his leg and bounces out for a corner. If he takes too heavy of a touch, he's put himself right back into the crossfire of all the St Mirren bodies. To lay that off so softly for himself, that is, like, Yang and Ralston have very noticeably improved under O'Neill. It is insanely fucking good to see. As Virgil just says, Antonio Ralstinho with the exact, to be exact, with the assist from Yang Zinho. Oh my god. It's nice to feel good. Let's actually have a little look at the stats and get a bit more of a refined rundown. Not as many shots as we would have expected actually. Only 6 shots to St Mirren's 2, but the 2 that have gone on target have gone in. The 2 that weren't on target actually hit the fucking post. So that says everything we need to say. Absolutely blissful performance though. 62% of the ball. Playing some good stuff. Let's see what's happened in this one. Looks like Liverpool have woke up since we told them to get a grip. Nice to see. And 68% of the ball. They have an opportunity to do something really funny. That was football. That's what we've been missing all season. Exactly. It's the first time I think in about 10 goals where we've actually been like, wait a minute, there was some tactics. We used tactics. Gentlemen, tactics. We have them. We have a style. We have an identity. It's called fucking counter-pressing. Finally. At least we know what we're trying to do with this one. And it's worked out brilliantly. Both times we've tried to go on a counter-press. It's worked. Do that more in the second half, man, and St Mirren are out of the game. It's what I was saying to you boys in the Discord beforehand. Pretty confident in it. It's more different when it's a cup match than it is league. In the league there's pressure. St Mirren obviously don't have as much pressure, but Celtic had the pressure in the league. But in the cup, yeah, nowhere near as much. Celtic know what their job is. Just win. Oh, nice to see you, Megan. Hope you're well, lass. In the voice of, stop passing it back! You fucking do that again, mate! Like, you know, honestly, it's just nice to see us go forward. We've had more of the ball, we've actually been doing stuff with it, we've kept St Mirren off the ball, although to be fair, Sinisalo had one or two, yeah. It's better than supporting Manchester VOD, to be honest with you. Celtic have won the Scottish Cup. I mean, that is emboldened confidence. It is the Celtic thing. Keep this in mind, guys. We are Celtic Football Club. We might win this game. It might be beautiful. But then we get to the fucking final and we'll lose like 5-3 somehow because... Of course we will. Neil Lennon come back to haunt the club, but I realised the sun has came out, right? God has not, like, decided to blast his rays through my window. The sun's just decided to cross right there. Cheers, mate. Cool. I guess I look even whiter now than I always was. Nice. Oh yeah, I didn't even fucking do a single plug. I should do that shit. Hold on, let me do that real quick before I read off some of the comments. Hi, hello. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Very good first half from us. So if you want to make the day a little bit better, please consider helping us out. We're trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the season, and that means you get me for a couple of streams next year. But don't think that's going to happen. So 1888 is the kind of refined and reworked goal. There is no reason for that goal whatsoever. So yeah, that's pretty much all that needs to be done. If you're already subscribed, just consider liking the stream. We usually set the goals for these types of streams at around 25, so if we can get something around there, bellissimo. Let me have a little look through some of the chats that I missed. Nice to see you, Jimmy Six Pouches. Hello, one and all. Nice to see you, my guy. Come on, the boys. Well, they have definitely came on strong to St Mirren here. Pretty much like Cosby in a ball with a roofie. Just move straight on them, no fucking hesitation. That's a horrible joke. I kind of realised that in hindsight. But you know what I'm saying? It's like straight pressure from the get-go. Ralston is the type of squad player we need. Always has a beautiful goal in the system and every now and again. I've been saying this since he was scoring these last minute winners against Dundee. He just has that ability to get forward, right? See if there's like additional time and a half. Send him forward, he will somehow fucking score. It's insanely good. They might be getting relegated in Spurs. I was going to say they deserve it for treating Ange the way they did. He was screaming at them, like, it's not my fault, it's not my problem, I'm telling you that you need to sign players. He literally walked, like, see, they didn't watch for that, what did they call it again, the lineup or whatever it is, where they sit at the bar and it's all the kind of, like, Premier League legends and they talk shit, essentially, for, like, an hour. And he went on to it and he was basically just talking about how, like, they have all the gear and no idea, essentially. It's like they have the, they have the funds to do it, they could invest, but they just don't want to. He was pretty much just saying, look, it wasn't on me, and everyone knew it wasn't on me. That's why nobody really gave a shit. They're like, yeah, he needs to go because we need a change, but it's not necessarily him, right? It's the same, what we were doing back in, December and January, where we're kind of like, hey, by the way, we're not really saying that it's your fault, Nancy, but you're a massive part of the fucking problem because you're not going up against the board. The board are the problem, you're the kind of subjugated, kind of controlled area of angle, like you're the main point of access, so the fans will go for you first. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened to Ange, and it backfired because the man that literally got them their only fucking trophy in however long leaves, and now they're only, I mean, to be fair, they will get a trophy next season if they decide to fucking get their shit in gear. They could win the championship trophy, so fair enough to them in that sense. Nah, Levy's just a prick. That's probably the nicest way to say it. Millwall going up. Millwall! I love Millwall. We need a team like Millwall to get to the Premier League, man. Just absolute shithouse merchants. Please let it happen. They actually do have a lovely stadium, though. I love the Den. It's a beautiful stadium. They know how to make noise in there, too. Plus, I can imagine a game like, imagine them in Crystal Palace. Get it in my veins, man. That is a derby and a match half. I'd love to see a game like that, man. Two of the fucking most passionate fan bases in England going up against each other. Yes, please. We need to concentrate in the second half, play well and see it through. Absolutely spot on, Robert. I feel like if we're taking a break from all the kind of sarcasm and all that good jazz, yeah, 100% the minimum we need to do is not get complacent, right? Because again, we've seen it towards the end of the second half with a couple of weird Sanassalo moments where he just didn't switch on until a player was literally right in front of his fucking face. So if we can limit those chances, that should be good. With the players that we have at the moment, Ange would be winning most of these games 4-0 plus. Oh, absolutely. He would nip into this back pass. Just walk out of the pitch, just pull Sanassalo in very close and he goes, see if you ever make that mistake again, mate. I'm going to drag you back and I'm going to finish you off like a fucking horse. Gun to the back of the head, you understand? Sanassalo would never make a mistake again. He'd be like prime Neuer for the rest of the year. Rest of his life, actually. Just in fear. Even if he leaves Celtic, man, he goes to join some random club out in Germany or some shit, man, he makes like one goalkeeping mistake, looks to the sidelines and he just sees in the crowd Ange Postecoglou just standing with his arms crossed doing this. You know exactly what's happening. We need to be more aggressive. That is 100%, man. It's like marketing for, I was going to say, it's like marketing for a model, or like if you're trying to get a sponsor for something, if you're like a charity event, you have to be aggressive, right? You need to be like constantly like onto the phone making calls, like, can you do this, can you do it? We need to do that, but on the pitch, realistically. If we can't do that, then it's going to be a problem. But we started off in the right veins, right? The first half has been pretty straightforward. Not too many opportunities for St Mirren besides that one really good save that Sanassalo had to make, which, to be fair, was a fucking brilliant save. But it's what I was saying, you can't make two really good saves and then back up with two really weird moments where you're not necessarily the most confident. Celtic to score 2 more goals in the second half. Well, I mean, I suppose it's possible. Anything's possible in football, I suppose. But I think as long as we get another one, honestly, I'm happy. I was happy as long as we won the fucking game. A lot of people had their doubts because of last week. And that's fair enough, but again, I've watched this club pretty much every time they've played for the past fucking 4 years straight now. Most of which you have had to witness in real time alongside me. I was looking at my YouTube analytics stats things because I don't look at them that often, and it was like, you've uploaded nearly like 700 hours worth of content. I'm like, there's 700 hours of me losing my shit in real time. Fantastic. I do need to take some old VODs down though, because the amount of like Celtic v St Mirren titles overlap and some people get lost in the older VODs, and I feel bad for them because they'll watch like the first 10 minutes of it thinking that it's the actual game and then it's not. Drinking bourbon and coke. I'm not a bourbon and coke type, mate. I don't drink alcohol. I'm more of a I like to poison my body with smoke instead. If anyone wants to lore as to why I don't drink, it's because I'm diabetic, or at least the main reason why I don't drink. I need stuff that's a little less potent than that. But anyone that does drink is more than fine. I'll have a wee whiskey every now and then, see it like New Year's, or if, you know, there's a family event that's kind of important. Maybe something then, but besides that, not really a prerogative for me. 2 more goals would be absolutely confidence, well, a huge confidence boost for the split. Aye, confidence is massive, 100%. Like I feel like it depends on who gets them. Maeda getting his goal, good for his confidence. Yang with that assist, that has put his confidence levels straight up. Very happy with that. Who would it? I'd love to see Alan. Obviously, given the circumstances, if we can kind of get him on and get him a goal, that'd be fucking sick. I'd love to see that. If not him, then fuck it, Benji boy. Not Negro. I keep forgetting. There's 2 Benjamins. Fuck. Arthur. We'll call him Ba. Benjamin Arthur. B.A. A few Celtic supporters don't count. No, I don't think anyone is. it will largely depend on what happens in the opening 3 match days after the split, I think. If Celtic obviously get the results that they need against Falkirk, it's Hibs away and then Rangers at home, right? So those 3 games are pretty important, right? But the last 3 games we have are fucking crunch matches, because it's literally Rangers at home, fucking Motherwell, Hearts at home. Rangers have the momentum, the squad depth, the lack of injuries, and set tactics. They would be the favourites, I would say, from this point. Just barely. It largely depends on what happens in that battle at Parkhead. Let's be honest with you. If Celtic win that game, you would say Celtic are the favourites. If Rangers win that game, you would say they are, because it would just come down to the games against Hearts. And Rangers have to play Hearts before us, right? And we have to play Hearts in the final day. So I don't think anyone has an easy fixture run out. It's difficult across the board. What's scary is if Celtic finish third in the final and beat us in the final, that means we get a third place European spot. Yeah, I mean, it would be kind of sad, to be honest, if it happens. Ralston's back out. The boys are pretty much ready to go. A statement one could set us up. Yeah, 100%. That's what I was saying to you last week for anyone that was here during the streams. I'm like, these 2 games, the first game will be a tune-up match. The second game will be like a right, let's actually try and go for a bit more blood here match. And then when the split comes, that's when Celtic will have to put the foot down and go, right now we're not getting out of second or third gear. We're going to shift it up to fourth once the split hits, because that's when we have to be at our best. And historically we tend to be the better team in splits consistently over the other teams. Get the helicopter ready. 100%. People buy it full time. Not a bother at all, Megan. It's a pleasure to have you in chat in the meantime, otherwise. It's definitely going to be a close one for sure, but the second half has officially kicked off here. Hopefully some good football to be played for Celtic. Anything besides that, and St Mirren could make it interesting if they are the ones to score the next goal anyway. Whoever does, you'll have to say, could be massively important. Celtic get a third that's well and truly done and out of sight. St Mirren half the deficit though, and anything's possible. We know that 2-goal leads are some of the most awkward leads to have in this sport. It's always awkward for a reason. I don't think there was any changes that we made. I'll take a little check actually to be 100% sure, but nope. Everything remains as is for both teams, with the exception of the change for Mullen being brought off. Every other part of it pretty much remains the same, no changes for either side. St Mirren are already putting themselves under pressure. Maeda's going out in a press. That is a loose giveaway. Celtic have won it back in the final third. McGregor gets it back off of the touch in from Arndt. Tenecte's out on the far side on the left. Got his man stood up, O'Hara. Played back, and Tierney and Tenecte are just kind of dancing around, seeing if they can find any open lanes, but in the end it's just cut back to McGregor safely. Tenecte takes a bit of a deflected touch off the pass. There's a pull on the shot there, and I think the advantage will be played at the very least, if not full. And the advantage is played. Celtic are going to use that, try and get into space. McGregor pops it back into where the foul was basically just committed. And we just opt to take the saved option. Got it back across and out and away. Not bad at all. Simple movement from us, cut inside. That's not the greatest touch, but Ralston will send that forward. And this is what I'm saying. Ralston has been brilliant on those switches, but Tenecte has just fucked it with a touch. He puts his thumb up almost as in a mix of apology and appreciation, because the switch from Ralston was fucking beautiful. I'm telling you right now, he is on it. He is man-man, 100% my man in the match so far. Tenecte, that's so disappointing, lad. If he got that under control, it would have been an easy break forward for us, but unfortunately for us, doesn't necessarily work out. There is a hair that is just sitting right there that's irritating. I know, absolutely beautiful ball by Ralston. Not the greatest touch for Tenecte, although St Mirren are Trying to break forward here. Celtic cut the ball out and send it forward. Maeda's actually got the burners to put pressure on here. Well dealt with, but they're under pressure again when Tenecti engages in the press. It seems that Celtic are still very adamant about going for that third. That I do not mind in the slightest, boys. That is absolutely okay. Well, that's not good. Shit, Trusty's... Oh, fuck, he stayed down. He's doing that thing where he's hitting the ground. That could be bad for us. That could be really fucking bad. Trusty might have just took a really bad fall. It didn't look like he landed very nicely either. Oh, fuck yeah. As soon as he lands, his knee jumps up as like a reaction. I think we might have just lost Trusty. Please tell me he's just like fucking dead legged himself, or he's just had a weird fucking pop up with a knee. But he's not. Yeah, he's looking a bit gingerly as he's walking back onto the pitch. Run it off, big man, please. We cannot afford another injury, man. He's doing his best here and he gives him a wee pat in the back and he's back in position, thank fuck. It's one of those ones where you kind of overextend your knee, you know what I mean? It's just... Dyson is back in form. I think he is, he's playing some decent stuff. Definitely overextended and popped up. Thankfully he didn't overstretch it, it's not hyperextended, so he didn't blow his knee out. That's probably the saving grace there. That plus the fact that he lifted his leg the second that he kind of put it down, took the pressure off. He was actually quite smart in that sense. Still, we're going to need to keep an eye on him for the rest of the match just in case, because he might be a bit slower for obvious reasons. Ball into the box is dangerous. St Mirren might just get a chance away here. Played in behind, not the worst little taking touch. Scythed across and Trusty's there to get a touch and put it in behind. Big man seems switched on. Can't get a line to the match, so you have to watch Liverpool. Ironically enough, man, we're keeping tabs on them on the side just to see what's happening in that sense. But I suppose you can guess real-time updates. If you want to anyway, my guy. Either way, you're welcome to join us in the meantime. Oh yeah, the zone. I always forget they're an option too. We'll see what happens with the cross, and St Mirren have got a chance to do something here. Give their fans something to smile about, but Sinisalo's strong punch to that, and actually a really good punch to that. Gives us enough time to set ourselves. Ball back in for St Mirren isn't particularly threatening, but the touchdown is. It could still be dangerous, but Celtic again put some legs in the way. Get a deflection out on the far side and it's comfortably gathered out for a throw in pretty much in our final third. Although with that throw they put themselves out of it. Trying to run it forward. That's a lovely taking touch actually. They've got another cross into the box. It's slightly less conspicuous, let's say. Sinisalo easily gathers that one and we should just gather and go again. WrestleMania will do a fucking hell, yeah, man. And Man City there. To be fair, that will be a damn good game for their league. Pretty sure if City wins it and they win their games in hand. Hold on a second. Maeda's into the box. Pass across could be good. Tenecti's there to put pressure on, and it's well dealt with in the end by O'Hara, I believe it was, their captain. Celtic are trying to put the press on immediately though. Straight from the throw-in, gets in his space. Nice little taking touch and move. Oh, that is a poor pass though. Fuck's sake, lads. Thankfully St Mirren give us a even worse pass in response, to be honest with you. You can tell by the frustrations of Younger there, he looks fucking raging. But Celtic retain the ball and go again. Apparently there's an equaliser in the Liverpool match. Let us take a gander and see. Beto has scored. Fair play them. Can't argue with it. I suppose that's fair for them getting a DR goal disallowed. Goal beans, well, it's one apiece in that game. Absolutely fantastic, I suppose. Oh, hold on, actually, chance for St Mirren. This is a much more dangerous ball into the box. It's one in. I think it's gone in. It has. St Mirren have got one back, and it's a poor fucking piece of defensive awareness from us. And like I said, the next goal in this game could be massive, and it's gone the way of Paisley. St Mirren have got it.
It's a lovely header, you can't take anything away from it, but the positional awareness for the boys at the back was not very good there, it has to be said. Ralston does the right thing to step out, McGregor covers the space, but nobody really does. It's just poor for Trusty and Tierney, neither of them really gets truly set on Mandrone at the back stick, and it's an easy running header for him. He just guides it back across. The fact that two of you are marking him and not one of you's got close is pathetic. Has to be said. Oh, it's poor for Tierney, particularly. It doesn't even look like he's trying, man. He just gets easily bodied. Not close at all, and here we go. Like I said, it's always a weird one to predict, and well, there you go. St Mirren have got their goal back, so maybe Celtic will return the favour and give them a 3-1. It's possible, but again, not ideal. Can't really blame Sanasalo for the. Oh, actually, it was a lovely redirect he did though. But yeah, Trusty's just too far in front of it, and Tierney is too late to jump, to be honest with you. He's not really in the challenge whatsoever, but Celtic have a corner in the meantime. We could re-extend the league if we get one of the big men on this. The best way to respond to conceding a header is to score a header. Let's see if it's on. We do have set piece takers back in our team now, which is nice. It's whipped high and over everybody. It's actually spindled out by the keeper. Could have been very awkward, to be honest with you, but Damos Vicious does well that. Just kind of pops it in behind and kind of collides with a couple of his own boys there in the meantime. Here we go, yeah, I know, fucking feel that one flush. Celtic ideally would like to restore the lead. Just shows how crucial that goal at the end of the half could be for Ralston. And the referee's now having words with Gogic and Tierney. Probably over they're both kind of grouped in alongside Trusty, and I think I believe Donnelly at the back though. See what happens with the cross in. It's an interesting one. Takes a bounce up. It's going to go at the edge of the area. It's just a case of who gets there. Connected pops his head in front, which ain't so bad. Celtic will switch it in behind, although that's overhead to fuck. Depends on the touch though. The touch is actually fucking brilliant. Oh, it's still dangerous, still awkward. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's still bouncing around. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Oh, come on, boys. You had to do better there. That's so unlucky. I mean, the first touch in was nice. The lay after the edge of the area was decent, but Yang's shot's just, I'll call it half-baked. Kind of hits the first defender, goes out for a corner kick. Let's see what happens with this set piece then. And we're by form, presuming they're up in their ante, and their game ball into the box is pretty much the same result. Bounces out towards Tenecti on the far side this time. Ball in, takes deflection. St Mirren will probably just prioritise trying to get it clear, but they've given it away in a very bad area. Ball across. Trusty trying to hold it up, still dangerous, still bouncing around, still spun around. Eventually the keeper falls onto it. They get the luck of the draw with the bounce arounds there, but again a poor giveaway defensively from them. It's like neither defence wants to really set their own tone here. It's fucking interesting to say the least. I told you, Ralston's definitely my man of the match so far. There he is again. He's just been crippled as well. There might be a card coming out there. He's gone down holding his ankle. Campbell did go in a bit rough on him, so I think that might be the first card for St Mirren, and it is. Yellow card has came out. He looks a bit annoyed at it, but bro, you wiped the man out. Yeah, doesn't get the ball, takes the man's ankle, and is his stud showing actually? Because if his studs are showing, there could be a check on. Nah, kind of the same as arm. Keeps his foot down at the very least, so limits the damage, but 100% a yellow card. And number 16 is in the book. Again, Ralston just getting there. Just showing that chance back, man. So frustrating that didn't work out. Oh, that's fucking ominous, isn't it? A nice little pass in space, but if St Mirren have kind of put their triangle positions out again, starting to go forward and And Mass, that's a good awkward bounce that Maeda can potentially chase. He's put Gogic under pressure, does well to hold it up. Ball into space is decent. Nigrid's touch is decent as well. As he onside, Maeda will have to be checked either way. It's not going to matter because the ball in is fucking bad. And the flag's got up for offside anyway, so he was offside. Like, would have been nice if we at least got the chance from it, man. Let's see how offside, if it was offside at all. It was offside, to be fair, by about a yard or so. Just timed his run slightly later than he would have liked. St Mirren will do what they can to send this forward. Nigrin is a team of the year. I thought they usually do team of the year in FIFA like January. Are you talking about team of the season? Celtic are trying to go forward with this one though. There's a couple of shouts for the St Mirren fans for a potential foul, but didn't look like it was too bad, to be honest. In comparison to the ones that St Mirren have gotten away with, in the same aspect, Celtic have played well into the box there. Maeda's, oh Maeda, that's silly, mate. Don't know why the fuck you'd go for a header when there's like, you know that the player's going to get his boot to that long before you can get down to the ground. Nah, not too bad. It's always nice whenever you see a Celtic team of the season. Is his stats good? Because they usually do that thing where it's like, oh, he's like 90 or 80 and his stats are shite though. As long as there's a couple of stats above 85, I think that's valid. If his shooting isn't above 85, then it's a disgrace. Especially as a team of the season. Oh, nice. Speaking of Nigrin, nice little steal there. He does actually funnel the pass beautifully. There is a nice little move going here, but the ball over the top is very lacklustre from Yang. Let's be honest, we'll say it as it is. But we are 2/3 of the game down now. And there have been 3 goals to show for it, basically 1 every 20 minutes on average. Celtic have got the first 2, but St Mirren at the start of the second half popped off with a nice little response, and that's actually a good ball forward and behind here. Sanasal's got to chase that one out of. Yeah, does well enough, yeah, sends it forward. But St Mirren will win that header and will kind of keep it down and close to the ground. He's cheap 13k, fucking. That's why I'm glad I don't play FIFA anymore. I guarantee you, well, did they charge the same prices for packs as they used to? Because that's how you know the game's an absolute fucking scam. If the cards that used to be worth like fucking 50, 60k at least are now worth about 10. But they'll still charge like 80 quid for fucking 10,000 FIFA points. So they're going to make one of their first changes though. Sebastian Tenecte will be coming off. He's not really been too involved in this one, to be honest with you, the Tunisian, but it's going to be a Scotsman that will replace him, and James Forrest, a man who has scored very crucial and very important goals at Hampden in his past. If anyone will remember that one specifically against Motherwell, that one was a lovely goal. Trusting Sanasal's communication is making me shivers. Yeah, I mean, it's ironic given the fact that in the opening half an hour you'd say they were the 2 most like comfortable defenders in the team. But Sanasal's definitely had a bit of a slight drop off, especially from that second save. We did what we did last time, Yang on left. No, it seems to still be pretty much the same as us, to be honest. It's going to be the rotary winger system. You'll see Yang and Forrest rotate as necessary, and in fact the fact that we've got Maeda on, technically we could do 3 whole rotations. You could have Forrest running as a striker and then fucking Maeda and Yang on either side. You could have Yang running through the middle and Forrest and Maeda on either side. I actually don't mind that too much if that's the kind of set thing that we do. Because yeah, like you can see there, immediately you've got Maeda pressing, Nigrin's pushed in forward and you've got rotated and moved. We're doing the rotation system, I don't mind that. Just make sure that there's someone up in that final third at all times, and for a run in behind, that's pretty much as good as you can prepare us to be. if there is a change for this offensive, it will most likely be Adamu up front, just in case you want to go for crossing options later in the game when we're burning out of energy. But this is my point. You've got Yang all of a sudden breaking forward with Maeda there on overlap. Maeda gets out towards the left. Maeda goes central. Yang goes central, but Maeda's forced to go out central, I should say, and eventually gets it in towards space. Maeda gets it towards McGregor on a pass back, and eventually we can set ourselves to go again. Nigren on that far side now. Good little step in. Might just go for a shot if it can force the angle, but doesn't necessarily do so. Pops it out for Tierney instead. Calmly dealt with. Yang. Lovely step inside. Might just go for it here, Tierney. You might as well, brother. The cross in isn't half bad, but it's half-assed, I have to say. That's probably the nicest way I can say it. Tried to be a bit delicate, or too delicate with it, didn't necessarily work out. Played forward by St Mirren on the bounce. Ralston will just kind of pop that up with his incredible accuracy. And why is it every time he pops up a brilliant pass, one of our wingers needs to take the stupidest fucking touch possible? Fuck off, Forrest, respectfully, man. You're literally, like, you need to be better there. Ralston does brilliantly to dig that out for, like, the weirdest body position possible, and Forrest is like, cool, mate, I'll just do nothing with that touch. Is Casper there on the reserves? Nope, it is Ross Doohan on the bench. Schmeichel's basically out for the rest of the season through injury. It might generally be the end of his career, we don't honestly know yet, unless he wants to go somewhere else afterwards. But I think his time at Celtic's pretty much run and done. Which is a bit of a shame, because he was brilliant in his first season. It's just the last 7-8 months in particular have really soured a lot of our views towards him. Stopped watching live and switched to you, because I'm mainly furious with watching his pass like schoolboys. Yeah, there have been some pretty awful passes. I mean, Ralston has been pretty much as accurate as you can be. He's played some fucking excellent passes. McGregor's put some good passes in. Even Maeda, surprisingly, has put in some really lovely through balls as well. But the ones that you would expect to be... Oh, he's just been booted in the face. Yep, that's a foul. Ralston's just got caught a belter there. That's a sore one. No other way to say it. I mean, it's the face or the high chest, one of the two. Let's see. Oh, never mind, he's... Okay, right, I thought he actually got caught in the head. He didn't, he just dived. Fair enough, I suppose. That's kind of surprising, given the player that I mean, Ralston of all people doing that. I'd expect, like, Tierney or, you know, well, that's Premier League shit right there, like, go down if there's contact. He does get, you know, it's a foul, but he definitely doesn't get hit in the head. It's like top of the shoulder, if anything. Still up. Sent forward by Celtic, lovely little move. Ralston switches it out towards Forrest. Got inside for Nigren. Leaves it off towards the skipper. McGregor was trying to find the quick pass out to Tierney, but cut back and across there from St Mirren, give them credit. Maeda doesn't really do too well with that hold up touch in behind, but fucking excellent step out for Trusty. Brilliant stuff back, man. Positional awareness up at full there. Young tries to get past his man, it takes a bounce and actually stops dead on the line. That is insane. I suppose really wanted St Mirren to get on the end of that ball, but in the end Celtic get it. Sinisalo, yeah, he seems to have his confidence a little bit knocked. How have they played today? I can't say too bad, to be honest with you. Celtic have still comfortably been the better side, but St Mirren basically with their only shot on target have scored. With their second shot on target, actually, I should say. They scored. Celtic have, again, probably been the better side by a comfortable distance, but it's very similar to the last match where, how the fuck's that not a foul? Dude, how's that not a foul? I was going to, like, referee. St Mirren take a shot for range, it takes a bounce and deflection. St Mirren have it out in the edge of the area. Eventually the man who was down and injured's joined back in the play. Ball sent across, it's still dangerous, and eventually a foul is given St Mirren's, against St Mirren, I should say, Celtic's way. Forrest put yourself in the way there and probably had to, given the circumstances. We've been playing pretty okay though, Michael. I can't say it's been miserably bad. The second half's been a lot more poor than the first. Just not enough in terms of chance creation. We're not shooting up as much for range as we maybe should be doing. I think that's probably the best way to say it. St Mirren funneled in some shots there. I think there was 2 or 3 all in, but none of them were necessarily too threatening at the end of it. definitely has a foul on Forrest. He goes through the back of him trying to get the ball. He has every right to go for it, absolutely. St Mirren man has no gripes for me for complaining about it, but it was a foul. Just a wee bit too rough in the back. Yeah, it's the knee. All I'm going to say is, for the hope of a really awful clash, the clash at Kits, man, just imagine St Mirren and fucking Dunfermline in the final, just white and black. Spice it up with a bit of green. I thought Gaz would have put his gloves in the centre half and that was that. Nah, I mean, it's kind of like a... Look, I think his time at Celtic, I think, is done. He could still, theoretically, if he wants to, go for another season or two. It just wouldn't be at a Champions League or Europa League level club, I would imagine. He might go to a Championship. In fact, I think he probably would take a venture down to the Championship for a season or two. See his career out that way. Just look at goalkeepers like Craig Gordon, or, you know, fucking Alan McGregor. Goalkeepers that got to their 40s and still kept on fine enough, even with absolutely devastating injuries. I mean, look what Craig Gordon survived over the past 2 years. That's why I love the idea of him getting to actually go to this World Cup, because he has hung on. He was thinking of retiring last season, and he's like, fuck it, I'll go for one more year if we get to the World Cup, and that's cool. And I don't think he would have expected Hearts to be in the title fight, so the fact that he could potentially in his last season have his best season of his career, yeah, I want something like that for Schmeichel. I don't think he's had a great last year for us, but I don't hate him as a player. He's a lovely fella. Forrest has got it out on that far side here. Let's see what he's got. Cuts inside towards the space. Nice little ball into the box, actually. Celtic are moving it, but again, we're not trying to go towards goal. We're just passing back out towards the fucking wings again. You've got to try and take a touch inside there rather than out. You've got Trusty and Benjamin Oliver basically playing as fucking midfielders. Forrest gets it in behind, up against Gogic. Nice move. That's lovely for Forrest. Takes a deflection. Oh, it was a bit better. At least we got a shot towards goal that time. But again, very easily retained. And St Mirren will just get it on a bounce back straight through to the goalkeeper. One arm isn't the best thing for a goalkeeper. Spot on. But it's just, you know, he won't obviously be fit and ready by the end of the season, and his contract's basically done anyway, so I think his time at Celtic's done. Pretty fair to say. But I'll try my best to remember him in the same way that I remember Joe Ott. I'll just take the last like 6 or 7 months of his Celtic career out, and the rest of it's pretty good, so I'm not as mad. But he definitely caused us some problems by trying to force his position on the team, let's say, because if we had Sinisalo in between the sticks for at least 1 or 2 of those games, you feel like there would have been some different results. The reason we lost to Stuttgart in that fucking Europa League tie was quite literally because Schmeichel let 3 goals go through him. And we lost that fucking tie by 2, so... It's like St Mirren are going to go for actually slightly more offensive changes. They're going to try and drag this to extra time by the looks of it. Can't argue with that, to be honest with you. If they want to try and force it, they're going to have to kind of start throwing shit at the wall, hoping that it sticks. Maeda stays with his man, gets actually really close to him by the time the pass is off, but Freckleton's calmly dealt with it. He'll send it forward looking for any overlap and run. Got a younger there trying to force the issue. Should just put straight through calmly for Sinisalo, and does, so no arguments there. As long as we keep the ball moving, that's calm. It's actually a lot better from us. Nice, lovely ball. Actually, it could load us into some good space. That's a great ball. Nygren can just overclock that a little less, it would have been perfect, but you're always going to be asking a lot from Maeda to get in behind and onto the edge of that one. Solid approach play though, no arguments with it. Bit more ambitious from us. You feel like we need to get that next goal though. There is another goal in this game, it has to be for Celtic, otherwise The momentum's firmly in St Mirren's favour. Bear in mind, we are doing this with an injury-riddled, stricken squad, so... Okay, well, it's not the changes I was expecting. But it seems that McCowan and Oxlade-Chamberlain... I mean, Oxlade-Chamberlain makes sense. I'd imagine that would just be a like-for-like switch between him and McGregor. But McCowan probably coming off or on. So it's 2 midfield changes for 2 midfield changes. But it looks like it's... Oh, it's Nixon. Oh wait, no, he's just giving them handshakes at the edge of the line. Oh no, that's fine. Well, McGregor is off for Oxlade-Chamberlain. And Luke McCowan is on for Arn. So you would imagine Oxlade would kind of just take to the same role that he was in, playing that left-hand side of the midfield. McCowan will probably be a bit more anchored towards that right, so we can kind of have cut-in and shots for Angel. It's a good combination of flags, to be honest with you, mate. Irish and Danish. 2 countries with 2 great people. St Mirren are going with a triple change. It's Young, Richardson and Adowu that are on, so Young was a late addition for a younger. Phillips is off as well. Let's have a little look at and see what's happening in this other match. Is it still 1 apiece? How many fucking Merseyside draws has there been over the last 10 seasons, man? There've been a good few now. High foot there, mate. Don't. Okay, well, there you go. Foul for St Mirren. That's a little stupid. St Mirren will have a half chance to throw something in at the box. I don't think they'll send it in as deep as they can get it, but certainly they'll try and throw it into the mix with the physical bodies that they've got. Let's see what happens here. Switched into the box. It's actually really high again. Another awkward header for St Mirren, but they do get something on the end of it. It's never really going to trouble the goal. Sinisalvo just kind of puts his arms up kind of half awkwardly as if to be like, yeah, it's not too much of a threat. Goes out behind and we'll have a little break in play. We'll do some plugging. Hi, hello, it's good. Please consider subscribing if you're new here. That would be very nice of you if you would like to do so. If you're already subscribed, you can always like the stream as well. And I believe there is a Discord link that Flash put in the chat earlier on, where if you would like to join the community Discord, you're more than welcome to do so. That's basically everything. There you go. Back to that. Oh yeah, shit, and leave a like in the stream. Everything is covered now. My obligations are done. Well, the good news is this is the last time I have to face St Mirren this season. This would be our 6th game against them now, I believe. But the split starts next week, and there's some very cracking opening games. Obviously Celtic having to go and get a result against Falkirk, that'll be an interesting one given their pretty interesting last few games. That 6-3 loss to Rangers, they were still very good in it, but that 0-0 and loss on penalties, probably not as good. Oh, fuck off, man. I thought he was going to steal in and actually get that. Nevertheless, St Mirren are going to try and go forward themselves here. They're in a good area, actually. Overlap and run from Adowu on that far side. It's blocked near post. Looks like it looks a mile off there. The flag goes up eventually. It took him about 3 or 4 seconds, but definitely looked pretty straightforward there. Adowu was trying to get involved a lot early on for the second that he came on off the bench. Let's see if he was off. Oh yeah, comfortably. Sinisalo sends it high. I love that Maeda tried to win that against Freckleton, and that was a 6'2" defender up against a 5'8" striker, and he tried his best. Give him credit. Celtic do actually win the ball after a few bounce around and clearances from St Mirren. The pass isn't horrible, but Young's again going to be quad to do a lot there to get that right. Celtic are trying to keep the press on. Oxlade Chamberlain just cuts in front to help Trust to defend that one, and Sinisalo, it's a bit of an awkward one to be honest with you, and it's a poor ass giveaway from us, but we've managed to recover just as well. Young's done well to keep that under control. It's another fucking loose pass. It seems to be like, doesn't matter which side it is, it's two good passes followed up by a really fucking bad one. That's awkward. Yeah, full for us. I mean, the jump over Ralston at the end was a bit disrespectful. I don't imagine it was for others. I imagine it would just be the pull down on the fault. Getting a bit physical, definitely noticeable over the last 5-10 minutes. Both teams getting away with a couple of challenges and getting pulled up on some soft ones as well, it's got to be said, but Celtic are trying their best to keep the press alive. Young's on with his man now. Let's see where the header goes. It takes an awkward bounce. Definitely not really going our way. How the fuck is every bounce going St Mirren's way there? It's still working out for them. Still working out for... What the fuck is this? It's like FIFA with the sliders down. How has that worked out then? St Mirren do it then. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Get a touch on the ball, one of you fucking morons. Former Premier League fucking level player. You're fucking dancing around the ball like that, you twat. Like, figure it out quicker. Fucking hell, Chamberlain, like, first of all, lays it into the path, gets the ball back, and then spends about 10 minutes dancing around it. Like, St Mirren send it back into the box, takes a bounce down. Fucking hell, boys, you really need to wake up at, like, the fucking worst case scenario was about to play out, man, if you just keep this shit up. St Mirren are trying their best to force the issue, give them credit, they have upped the ante over the last 5-10 minutes. Celtic get away in front of that one, it's going to be a corner kick, they'll have another chance. Definitely my pick for man of the match so far. Flash 100%. Ralston's the pick of the latter. His passing's been good today, defensively done what he's needed to do, but Christ above his defensive counterparts are making this a little more difficult for him. Should have been out of sight after 2-0, but the difference between the first half and the second has been noticeable. In the first half we scored twice, hit the fucking woodwork twice, for some good saves for the goalkeeper. In the second half we've had maybe one or two half chances. Definitely a noticeable fall off. This is torture 100%, Lizzie. It's nice to see you, love. Hope you well. Hopefully the old ticker isn't causing you too many fucking problems in this match, but it is stressful. It's noticeably gotten a bit stale up front, and I think that's probably time for a change. And actually, yeah, as soon as I say that, it shows Kelechi on the screen there. Maybe we will get to see a striker change earlier than I thought. Oh, earlier than I thought, later than I thought. Would have made sense to bring him on about 5 minutes ago when Maeda's legs started kind of ticking out. So St Mirren have got another change to come on as well. It's an interesting one actually. Conor McMenamin's come on for Donnelly. So the defenders came off so they can go for a bit more of an anchor. So they'll be dropping O'Hara and John back, and they'll go with a flat midfield three, I guess. They might go for a full court press and try and get something. They might fuck them in extra time. That's the downside to their tactic change, but it's better to get it to extra time than to not get there at all. And Tierney's going to be the change for us, which honestly makes the most sense. I don't mind that too much. So Tierney is off for Sriracha, and Yang is off for any actual, so Maeda will be pushed out towards that left hand side. And Sriracha is sporting a new look he'll do, to be honest with you. He's got that clean fade, still with a longer hair though. Nice little pass into space there. Could be good for Freckle, and if he can get it shifting, does John. That's going to be a foul for St Mirren there, just kind of steps in front. Free kick for them. And he's just tried to roll the ball forward about fucking 10 feet. You want to try that again, pal? Sneaky bastard syndrome right there. Oof. Pollen was interesting though. Let's have a little gander and update, see what's happening in this game. Any updates? Nope. Still one apiece in that match. Let's see where this one goes. Sent forward, headed down. Nygren's touch is actually really lovely. But the second one is fucking awful. Christ above. There's not a lot of time left for St Mirren. But, oh god, fucking hell. There we go. Like doing weird things again. Please hold out for the final 6 or 7 minutes, Chief. This little move there. Come on, boys, you've got to step out. Fucking try and keep the press engaged. You give them time to pick their pass, they'll just send it long every time, and that's exactly what Gogic tries to do. The touch in is actually really good from St Mirren. They're trying to claim for a penalty, but the guy's just clearly fucking dived. Get your ass up. I'm sorry, but if they even attempt to try and VAR that shit, it is dumb. That is a... He's not going to get in the ball, so what does he do? Well, yeah, that's a Premier League dive, man. Fucking joke. Hate players that do that, man. You're fucking strong, physical, built like a brick shithouse, and you go down like that. Cunt. Hate fucking players like that with a passion. Rather than just being like, ah, fair enough, I can't get to the ball. It's like, no, try and be a scumbag and want a fucking cheap ass foul off it. It's not even a convincing dive. Fuck's sake. And my throat's deciding to fucking collapse now as well. Nice. Oh, hold on. Chance. If we can get something moving here, please just shoot. Well, he does, but it's straight into a St Mirren, man. For fuck's sake. That's like the 5th time in a row, man. Every time we've danced into the box, it's fucking wait until someone's in front of us and then shoot. Just shoot originally. That'd be so much easier to do. Awkward press there to engage. Let's see if we can get on the end of that one. Please get a touch on it, Oxlade. Thank you, for fuck's sake, big man. You've not had a great introduction off the bench. Look, hold on. Oh my god. Please, boys. Do not fucking hell Sinisalo taps it around the post, boys. Can you fucking figure it out, man? Yous are trying your damn hardest here to make this as awkward as fucking possible. Sinisalo basically comes up with, I wouldn't necessarily call it a double save, more like just double keeping it out of the net. Should have done a lot better with the second one, but he tips it behind for a corner kick instead. Corner swung in. St Mirren try to shoot for range, that one takes a big deflection. Pops out I think for another corner. Christ above us is close. I suppose, guys. Let's see where this corner goes. St Mirren are going to step up and they swing it in. Let's see if it's... Oh, fuck me, that's still awkward. Please get there, boys. Coming off, there we are. Still in a dangerous enough area. But Celtic are doing what they can to keep pressure on. Another clearance, another bounce around. St Mirren are... What the fuck is that? Benji boy, you need to do better there, son. There's got to be a foul the other way at some point, and there's bodies getting pulled and pushed all over. McCowan's eventually gone down, and foul's been given for that. I'm thinking he got clipped there based on the way he went down. Oh fuck, aye, actually gets a wee pan grab to the face. I didn't see that in real time. Nerves are short, exactly. It's typical fucking Celtic. One of the most comfortable first halves you will ever see, followed up by whatever this shit is. It's this season in a nutshell, man. We can't be consistent for 90 minutes. Right, come on, Sonny. Sends it forward. If there's late drama, it's got to come now. 89 minutes have been and gone. Approaching the 90 and we'll have a confirmation of additional time in the next like 40 odd seconds. That's going to be an awkward bounce and I'm going to go forward again. Can the fucking wingers tighten the space? Like, just step in and cover the fucking areas, Forrest, mate. You're just running around in a circle doing nothing. Oh, and Benjamin's just lost the entire flight of the fucking ball. Lads, yous are really doing the most here. Fucking Christ. St Mirren can't get the cross in, thankfully, but what the fuck am I witnessing, man? This is why I don't like Arthur at all. He's fucking bad. Just straight up, he can't. He's like a fucking gazelle on ice. Somehow just misses the ball entirely there. Trust is to cover the space. Does actually well to get the block in. Keep in mind he's playing with a slightly pulled hammy now with the fucking outstretched injury that he had. Bounce. That's all shit. St Mirren are in behind here. St Mirren have scored an additional fucking time. You actually have to be fucking kidding me. We knew it was coming. This is what O'Neill deserves it for being as defensive as he is, man. What the fuck was that? 2 each. They've scored in the last minute, basically. Bunch of fucking gimps at the back. There you go. 2 apiece. Doesn't matter. We're going to go extra time. This is fucking typical. Absolutely typical fucking shit for this club. Oh, that is ridiculous. It's just us not doing anything. Nobody steps in and fucking tries to be out. I mean, fucking Benjamin doesn't get anywhere near his man. He needs to come off at that. He genuinely needs to come off. Ever since that cunt's made that one little mistake, it's like the entire defence is shut off. Arthur needs to come off. I'm telling you that now he is going to throw this fucking game for us. He nearly gave them a goal about 30 seconds ago, so to make up for it, he doesn't stay near his man whatsoever, just kind of grasping him like this as he's trying to run. Fucking pathetic, wee man. No wonder Brentford have not gave you a single fucking minute. That right there is why. You're not against a guy that's particularly fast either, but Mendron makes it look like it's nothing. He just fucking runs. And it's easy enough. Fucking joke, man. You should have put this to bed by 30 fucking minutes. Painful ass team to watch at the best of the times, and that is all you can say. It's a lovely team goal for St Mirren. You can't fault the way that they got into space, but what the fuck is Arthur doing there? Just no awareness whatsoever. And that's what we get for taking off the fucking players that are actually somewhat cohesive. Ball switched into the box, takes deflection and up. We've got about 2 minutes left in this one, and then we're going to have to go for extra time. I was literally fucking joking about this. before this because I wanted to watch the fucking Arsenal and Hingy game afterwards. I'm not even going to be able to do that now because I need to fucking stay on for this. Unless there is some late drama from our end, but I don't know why we keep fucking doing this. We should have killed this game so much earlier, man. We hit the wood, fucking twice, forced some good saves out of their keeper, and still, somehow, you fuckers have messed this up for 2-0. Excellent work. We really need an overhaul, man. Fucking joke. This is what happens when they have a good first half. You give them credit. You're like, the boys will be fine for here, surely. And then the second half comes out. It's a whole different fucking team. Shrink does fucking shirt doesn't shrink to fit inferior players, my arse, man. Every one of these cunts are inferior right now. Kelechi's came on and I've barely fucking seen him. Arthur can fuck off now. I've seen all I've needed to see with that wee prick. I don't need to see him for another minute for the rest of the season. Absolute shitbag. Maida's going to run at his man. He's the only one that's been pretty consistent up front. Yang's done well to get the cross in. It's an awkward fucking clearance header. It's gone out for a corner kick in the far side. If this Scottish Cup final somehow ends up being St Mirren versus Dunfermline, it is a fucking perfect microcosm of what this season has been. This will be the last chance of the half, you would imagine. 94 minutes are basically crossed. The agony of this season fucking too, right? Let's see if there is one last twist of the tail ball into the box. Takes the deflection and out. McCowan shoots from range. It's not a bad strike, but was always going to be a task to keep that down. And it turns out St Mirren just slightly changing their shape was all they needed to do. Because it's thrown all fucking boys for a loop and they've managed to score twice. It's just absolutely baffling how this has happened. Fucking spineless for that back line. Nothing else to really add or say. Again, with the exception of Ralston, none of them deserve any fucking credit. At all. And it looks like extra time is going to be the play now. Fucking excellent. I was really hoping that I didn't need to be live for 3 hours. Guess I don't get that choice, do I, you fucking spineless cunts, man. Holy shit. With the exception of maybe McGregor and Ralston, the rest of them have been very piss poor today. Negrin has been non-existent. What the fuck did we bring Kelechi on for? Useless cunt has just sat there and done nothing of note. Yang's been forced to play a fucking left wing, right wing as a striker. No one of the boys physically drained out his arse here. So what have we got as a front three? A run down and tired as fuck Maeda, a strung out and barely fucking cohesive Kelechi Iheanacho, and a fucking old ass Forest. Not good. Gotta say, man, in terms of changes, I'd have to say O'Neill's fucked it. Didn't make the right calls at all, man. Don't know if it's just a little bit of dementia hitting him at the worst possible time, but what the fuck are you doing taking off our goddamn only source of decent attack through the middle? Well, I will take him off and bring on a guy who's barely done anything at all. Doesn't go to pens, goes to extra time now. Same as the game yesterday between Dunfermline and Falkirk. Extra time, penalties. We're absolutely shite. I mean, I'm fucking not wrong, not in this game anyway. Could have put it to bed a lot fucking earlier, but in 5 shots for St Mirren, they scored twice. It's not attacking that's the issue, it's a fucking defence. And once again, it's proven why. But extra time's going to come into play, and how that just really fucking makes it great for us, considering the fact we're already fatigued, already injury riddled. It is so fucking poor, man, on every fucking front. Like, Christ, no one else to really add. But they're not better managed. There's a reason that they're not in the top 6, lad. That's... Come on now. Better players, a few of them you could probably make a case. O'Hara I mean, he's a brilliant NFL player, I'll tell you that much for free. I do like Mandron though. Mandron is a very good player for us at Mirren. He always seems to cause us problems, and a lot of teams in the top 6 problems. He's done it to Hearts as well once or twice. This season with just random bullshit. Taking McGregor and Tierney off was a huge mistake. Yeah, they basically took off the fucking heart of the team for McCowan. A guy who's been forced to play about 12 different positions. But that is what it is, I suppose. We're just hoping. Yeah, it's basically like, if we're going to lose, at least lose early, right? Fuck it to Falkirk and Hibs so we can just fucking prepare for next season. Because Christ above us, this is bad. Child goalkeeper. Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, teenagers can play in between goals. Don't think there's anything too surprising about that. If you're good enough, you're old enough, that's the old saying, right? Brother, I love how you were not here at half time. Respectfully, you do not get to come in with a shithousery when you weren't here at half time. If you can't take the rough with the smooth, then you don't get the smooth with the rough, my guy. There is no reason to respond to you further past this point. You texted about momentum for the Prem. We needed it this half, and it's fucking fizzled out. Guys, you jinxed it. Can you shut the fuck up, please? Stop saying, Celtic will do well, because the second you speak, we don't. I don't get if you're doing some voodoo magic or some shit, guys. I get you're a Rangers fan. Stop it. Stop it. Can you say St Mirren are playing well or something so they have a shit fucking first half of extra time? Could you like even out the odds for us a wee bit here? Tired of watching this team. I'm tired of fucking seeing them as well, mate. But we have to suffer through 30 more minutes of this shit. Probably penalties as well, because fuck me, we can't score. First half. Ugh. Brilliant. Second half, bullshit. Let's just hope the fucking... Let's just hope. There's that, I can't even sit there and be like, what tactics can we go for? What can we do? It's like, hope. That's it. We have taken Arthur off, and thank fuck for that, because he was throwing the game for us, man. And he actually has just been taken out by the goalkeeper there, but he won the ball, so that's fair. How the hell do we look so tired? That's what baffles me. Even if I was getting a fifth of their fucking wages, I'd be throwing myself at every conceivable person. Especially as a defender, right? It's not as if they've had too much to do. This is the annoying thing. St Mirren they were better in the second half, but they weren't really creating many chances. They just fucking picked the right times. Celtic, on the other hand, have spent about 10 fucking minutes of the second half dancing around their box, refusing to shoot at their goalkeeper, and when we do, it's once there's a St Mirren body in the fucking way. We need to stop that, go back to what we're doing in the first half, get their wingers to commit. Ball in behind, overlap the midfield. That is it, just overlap their midfield and you've got a much easier fucking chance of scoring goals. And instead of doing that, fuck off, man. Fuck you, Forest. I honestly should be 4-2 now, you're not even wrong, Venom. The two crossbar, well, two woodwork hits that we had in the first half, on top of one or two decent saves. Mullen made one good save before he was taken off with injury, and even though the youngster that's came on for them has not really had too much in terms of shots that are hard to save, he's put himself in front of some good shots. But I'd say with the exception of Negrin and Yang's half chances, there's not been too much in the second half to really smell about. Let's see what happened here. Oh fuck me, Van Dijk scored a 101st minute winner away from home. Now that's nice to see, something to smile about. We might actually just have a chat. The fucking... Why would you go for a lofted cross there? You have 3 guys standing completely alone there, and you think I'll loft it to give the goalkeeper time to run out and claim it. It's just little moments like that piss me off so much. And he actually's done well to win that back, and then he fucking... We're going to lose this game, I'm sorry, but none of them are switched on. They're literally doing one good thing and then following up with an equally worse. Can you fuckheads just seriously put a fucking thing together, man? For your own sakes. Half of these cunts are trying to vie for moves in the summer. I don't think any team will be taking these at this current fucking rate. It's like they've just totally sucked the life out of their fucking ability to attack. There's St Mirren in again here, and they've just fucked a big chance. Thankfully Dane got in front to make it awkward, but now they have an opportunity to do something. What a weird season. Definitely one way to fucking summarise it. We're all fucked up. We haven't even dropped down to Rangers fucking level. We've dropped down to like worse than that. We just need to hope, fingers crossed, that we just actually get something going, because if we don't soon, then penalties, and we got our luck in the last match against Rangers. We do not win a second penalty shootout, not a fucking chance in hell. Not with the confidence levels of these boys, man. It's they don't even want to shoot when they have the chance to, man. If you put them in front of the net with nothing in their way by the goalkeeper, they'll fucking find a way to put it in the side fucking stanchion. St Mirren whipping their corner. Not really gathered by anyone. St Mirren will get it from a pass back from... forgive me, I can't see his shirt number, so I can't identify the player. It's a good little move for us, though. Did he keep it in play? Apparently, that's going to be a foul. It's just, that's a needlessly cynical trap. That's got to be a yellow for O'Hara. Yeah. Can't arguably should be off the pitch by now for the NFL catch in the first half and that shit. Does clip Forest's heels there for sure. Must be tough knowing they couldn't even make it that far. I know. I mean, that says a lot, right? How the fuck is this Celtic side managed to beat Ray? We shit house that one, let's be honest. But that's, you know, it's karma, I guess. Because now St Mirren might shit house a win out of us. It's a pull on a shot and a tackle, but at least we get a throw in from it, so I'm not going to argue too much. Watching it live in Dublin, nice to see you, Shamrock, man. It has been very stressful. About an hour ago I was very confident. And it's just fizzled the fuck away, man. It is night and day between the first half and the second half, so we need to hope that extra time is more like the first. Forest does well to get it into the box! There's the goal! Case in point, baby! Thank you, Kelechi! Finally gets involved and doesn't panic. He just goes for the shot on the header. Doesn't try and do an extra touch. Doesn't try and take it down on his chest and start dribbling around the players. Just go for goal and something will happen. Kelechi puts it in with 3-2 to the good. Thank you, big man. Lovely move for Forest. Doesn't fuck around with trying to dribble too much. Just gets the ball in the box. Simplicity can be sufficient sometimes, boys. There's your example. And it's the inexperience of the goalkeeper, you've got to say, because he comes out trying to claim it and he just takes one step too far. It's easy for Kelechi to loop the header over him. Better for you, big man. That's much better for you. Using your head in the right ways, both fucking senses. Absolutely much better from us there. We've got ourselves a fucking lead to defend again. Do not fucking mess it up for here. Right in front of the St Mirren fans again. Tell you what, man, if you bought a ticket in the St Mirren end, you must be fucking laughing. They've scored every goal in that way. Oh. I swear to God, man, if they do it to me, if they do it to me, I'll lose it. I will actually fucking lose it. Get a fourth. Forrest has the armband on for 2 minutes and he's already playing about 20 times better. That's a big deflective, big chance for Celtic! It's game over now! McCowan, baby! Yes! 4-2, it's done! They fucked it! It's a big defensive error again! They've given us our cheese right back. And we've taken it in full effect. Oh! It's a lovely finish for McCowan as well. What the fuck happened there? St Mirren have blessed us. No other way to say it. I mean, it's such an awkward touch. He has to get with something on it, otherwise Kelechi's there. But it's the worst possible bounce for St Mirren. Falls the way of McCowan, and I'll tell you what, the first touch, absolutely perfect for him. Just sets the shot right under the goalkeeper. Perfect for fucking post. Why couldn't we have done this like 10 minutes ago? Where was this? 10 minutes ago? I guarantee you as soon as full time hit, Martin O'Neill didn't even say anything. You want to know what he would have done, right? He would have went up to the boys and just looked at them. He would have just went, see if you fuck this. You're all dead. And every one of them went, right, okay, right, no, we can't fuck around now, right, O'Neill is sad, we can't have him sad, right, he's too much of a legend to have sad. Well, thank you, gentlemen, well done for waking up, thanks for fucking giving us the goddamn heart attack of dragging it to extra time to begin with. Pricks. I love yous, but pricks, oh my god, man, this team's so fucking frustrating at times. Oh my god, we're actually going forward again. Kelechi, what a touch, big man. This is so much better. Look at this. Don't know what he's doing there. Right, he just goes for a... Did he find a penny on the ground or something? I don't know, he went for it. How long's left, guys? As of now, 5 minutes until the end of the first half of additional time. Or extra time, I should say. And then we'll probably be another minute on top for the goal. So, give or take for here, about 6 minutes. And then another 15 for the second half. If we can get another, then honestly we probably do need another just to be fucking safe at this point. Just for our own sanity's sake. Nice to see you. Oh, mate, Celtic fan page. I've seen you once or twice in other chats, mate. It's nice to see you. Kelechi into the box. Oh! Oh! In the words of that guy that owned Rangers in 2012, it's over. Yes! 5-2, baby, let's go! What the fuck, how did that go in? It did not look like a powerful shot. I fucking love Kelechi. Let's go, son, that is a great finish. St Mirren have absolutely fell apart. I've no other way to say, like, what the fuck has happened? All of a sudden, Kelechi and Iacho has turned into prime fucking Venegoor Hesselink with that finish. It's such a calm wee touch. And oh, I tell you what, the reverse angle of that is gorgeous. Just uses, I think it's Freckleton that tries to set him up. So he just like uses Freckleton as a guide and goes, right, fuck you, big man, I'll just bend it around you. No problems. Picks the top corner. You've got to feel for the youngster in between the net because he does well to get across to it. Sees it probably very late past Freckleton. But it's in. It's over. Yes. Life is good, boys. Life is good. I wasn't stressed about half an hour ago. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You didn't see anything. Don't skip back like 40 minutes. Oh, well, that's another thing that you could do for his song now. Kelechi's on a hat trick. Let's fucking get him one. Oh, hold on a fucking second. It might just happen. Chance for Celtic to make it 6! It is 6! Nygren's put another one in. Game is well and truly done. What the fuck is happening? I love this game. What the fuck is going on? What the... It's a horrible mistake. Maeda does Maeda things and wins the ball in a press. Lovely pick pass for Nygren, and it's a simple placed ball. I don't know what the fuck St Mirren are. Honestly, they should have lost 2-1. It would have been a better result for them. They could have been like, we could have maybe done something. They dragged it to extra time, and this has happened. Life could be a dream. Shoot about the shoot about. What the fuck? It's in the fucking veins, mate! That's fucking sick. I love that. Alright, okay, we can chill out now. I think it's fair to say that the game is well and truly done. No other way to say it. You won't college about the full pre-season. Oh, it will update. I know it says 5-2 on the side, but I can assure you it is 6. There we go, it's just updated there. Fucking excellent. I don't know what the hell has happened over the last 5 minutes, but like I said, Martin O'Neill threatens death upon them. I was about to say that, Alfie. You want to know what it fucking feels like? It's like, see when you're playing your wee brother and then you're like half time, you're 4-0 up against him, you go for a piss, and you come back in, all of a sudden he's scoring bangers for range, you check at full time and you check the fucking sliders, and yours are way down and his is way up. That's what we've done there. We basically just gave St Mirren false hope. I'm probably not the person that's qualified to say this, but this must be better than 6. Fucking fair play. 6-2. We want 7! Give us 7. Great for the confidence, is absolutely the best comment to summarise it. I mean, considering the way all of the heads were dropped at full time from the 90, I mean, it's cutting to the St Mirren fans now and they're all just, they look like they've just witnessed their family get, like, absolutely battered in front of them. You have to feel really sorry for some of the fans that have stuck around for that, but at least they got the joy of scoring a last minute equaliser. I suppose there's that for them. I feel for them in a lot of aspects, but I don't know what has happened to us in this first half extra time. Now watching the second half as we concede for no reason whatsoever. This team genuinely makes me feel like I'm fucking bipolar at the best of times, I swear to God, man. Well, St Mirren will probably just be praying for full time now, let's be honest. Poor old St Mirren. Yeah, like, I do feel for them in a lot of aspects, because fuck me, they did have a really good second half. But sometimes it's just the quality shines through eventually. I mean, Celtic could have had this game wrapped up in the 90 minutes. We could have really had the game wrapped up by half time. The fact that it's even had to go to extra time is a bit of a joke, but it's nice to see that we've responded in the best possible way, right? You could let your shoulders drop and you can let the worst get to you, right? You get through extra time and St Mirren have the momentum and the pressure and they can run away with it, but it turns out Celtic have just went, actually, no. I don't think you will. I've got to say though, Maeda has impressed me. He's had a very, very great off-the-ball performance today. The amount of chasing down that man is doing, especially considering the fact he's ran the whole 90 plus, however much of additional time and extra time on top of that. Fucking engine. It's the old Maeda. Kelechi, he was fucking woeful when he came on. Like, I don't know what it was, but when he came on off the bench, up until full time, shite. The second that fucking extra time comes around though, walks it. He's a night and day type of player. But 4 goals in 15 minutes. It's insane. You have to give them credit. You know Celtic would win an extra time. But I mean, a few of us had confidence, Skaz, but I don't think any of us were expecting us to bend St Mirren over and give them the dicking down of their lives. It's a different story entirely. I was expecting it to be like a scrappy, like maybe in the 121st minute, fucking scrappy corner goal that kind of bundles in. No, we popped off with some really nice goals, might I add. McCowan's in particular was really lovely considering the fact that deflected after the defender. To take that first time, bellissimo. Costing you a fortune in there. My apologies, my guy, but you're driving in Canada, you're coming. Oh, that's very kind of you, my guy. To be fair, Canada's a country I hold in a lot of respect. So there's a boy in this chat called Chateau who's from Ontario. Well, not from Ontario, he's a Scotsman in Ontario. But we have a few Canadian and Australian counterparts in this stream, which is always lovely to see. Nice to see you anyway. Oh, I'm pretty sure the data loss would be worth it, man. You've just witnessed 4 goals in 15 minutes. I don't know what else to summarise.
You're sorry, but Hank Kelechi, another 1 year deal. He's 29 in his prime. Full pre-season, he'll score 30 plus next year. Why are you sorry about that? You like apologising on his behalf? Are you his agent, Megan? Is that what it is? Can you tell him thanks? Thanks for scoring goals, man. It's nice to see a striker actually not take 50 touches in the box and try and do like 400 fancy ass things for no reason other than for the vibe. Just don't lose 4 in this half. Don't fucking James. We were talking about this at half time. We jinxed it when we're like, I mean, St Mirren have done nothing. If not, surely they would. And then they fucking scored like 5 minutes into the second half and everything's gone to shit. St Mirren have made a change. They've got a guy who looks like fucking Tokai Teo. That's an elite horse reference for those that don't get it. Apologising to his haters. I don't think he has any haters. It's just like, can you be a striker? Like, can you not like pass it 10 fucking times when you're in the box? And for once he isn't. Like, a proper striker's header, a clean, lovely first touch and finish for the second. Like, do that more. Like, that's all we're fucking asking half the time for our strikers. We're not expecting like God to invade their soul and put out the performance of a lifetime. We're not expecting prime Henrik Larsson or fucking even prime like Kyogo type levels. We're just expecting a striker that's willing to go for goal. But to be fair, Kenny's doing solid down at Bolton on his loan. It's like a 1v1 he's went AFK, exactly it. So when you're beating your sibling that hard at a video game, they just put the fucking controller down and leave the room and you're like, and you think I'm stopping? Come back and it was like 25-1. You want to have Kelechi plus someone to push him for the first team. Well, I feel like it depends, but as long as the wages are reasonable, and it depends on the striker, right? Because we're not going to take Svinchara and Adamu, I wouldn't imagine, right? So it depends on what we want to do. Because obviously Kenny could be the backup for us at that point. Again, we just talked about who's doing alright down at Bolton. I mean, not too bad, to be honest with you, Celtic fan page. I'd realise that's a really horrible way to... I'm just going to call you Lisboa. Lisboa. Like, no, that sounds like Les, but that's even worse, man. I'm just going to call you fucking... I'll just call you FL. Right. Fan page of Lisboa. Can't call you Liz because there's already a Liz in it. Hold on, St Mirren have a chance to do something. Well, I was optimistic. They did not succeed. I haven't seen a striker finish last since Kyogo. Exactly what I'm saying, Megan. Oh man, I have a file joke, but I can't say it because I'm probably going to be demonetized. Let's run this. I was going to say if Kelechi had the finishing ability, some of the people that you know, Megan, would be fine. We'd have a elite level striker. That's a lovely ball in behind actually. St Mirren could do something. Never mind, they're offside. I take that back. Very cool. I should check to see subscriber count and all that jazz, see how we're doing in that front, because I haven't actually fucking checked once. That would help, Callum. You should probably do that at some point. Oh, hey, we're at 1863, so we're 25 away, which means over the last 5 games of the split plus the cup final, not unless like God hates us and somehow St Mirren score 4 in 13 minutes, which I'm pretty confident saying will not happen. You're just glad you can somewhat breathe. Well, tell the lassie to get off your chest then, Flash. Wouldn't have imagined the Celtic team would have got these 6 goals. Or just any goal at all after the fucking... Oh, hold on. Break forward. Shoot, Forrest. Do it for the vine. For the vine. Oh, it's a good shot, actually, to be fair. It's not the worst attempt in the world. I like that. He did well to get on here. It's lovely movement. Again, Dyson has been fucking... He's been such an engine today, man. That original break into the box was really nice. And I mean, Forrest's little turn there was lovely as well. Just couldn't really get the shot away, which is a bit of a shame. Oriel versus Led in the final now. Quite literally the Bastard versus the Apprentice.
lovely wee pass back as well, to be fair. Would have been nice on the cake if he scored. I know, it was a lovely wee touch. But we are going forward. Oxlade. He's probably been the quietest of the substitutes, to be honest. He's very minimalistically added to the game. I'd say he's probably the one change that we probably could have gone without. Everyone else has been very... Oh, that's beautiful for Sriracha, and it nearly gets his goal as well. He nearly gets it in behind. It's lovely for the Argentine. Give so much credit to Sriracha there. That was a lovely move. And I tell you what, Kelechi is learning quick. No fancy bullshit. One touch. Hit it at the goal. I love that. That's a striker to me. That's what a striker should do. Thank you for showing them what it's like to have an efficient attacker, Kelechi. Look at the confidence levels once they realise they have a good man up front. I'm not even giving me either shit for that because he's been fucking excellent in this game too. To be swung in, Oxlade, and this is what I'm talking about, he's just not had a good game. Somehow we keep that in play though. Oh my god, we do keep it in play! Oh! Trusty nearly popped up with a goal himself. You can see... You can tell by the way he's laughing with Dane there, both of them up here smiling, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed at each other. That back heel for Dane was lovely, and the shot wasn't that bad actually. Two defenders counteracting inside the 6-yard box. 2-2 was a decent... Anyone that betted on a 2-2 fucking full-time, fair play to them. But, I mean, anyone... Actually, there was pretty good bets for Celtic to win this in extra time. I think Gaz was mentioning it in the Discord beforehand. Glad you may have a bit of backwards info. Oh! I didn't even fucking see that, Megan. Fair play, man! So you are an agent, but you're more like of a, you know, an agent of chaos, let's say. I believe that's what they... would say anyway. That's good. That's really good. Move it. Oh, no look past for Chamberlain. Fucking silky smooth, big man. There we go. Even he's trying the fancy shit. I got to say, Ralston was my man of the match up until Kelechi decided to show us how it's done. His extra time has been significantly better than a lot of people's full 90s. Oh, Chamberlain. There you go, big man. That's fucking better. Positional awareness, and he just picks this calmest pass. Lovely backheel move. Trust he's now a left wing for some reason. Love to see it. I suppose we can't experiment now because we've got this game wrapped up. Sriracha, edge of the area, nice little move. Oh, he should have took the shot there, big man. McCowan doesn't look too happy with himself there, and St Mirren can go forward and potentially get something here. If they get one back for pride, I think it's about deserved. 6-3 would probably be a fair scoreline for this match. Oh my god, how the fuck have they still got it? Right, I'm not saying they should get it undeservedly, fuck's sake, with the goddamn bounces. Eventually we get away with it, and then bounces out for a throw-in. Trying your hardest to make him stay for another year. You know what to do. There is nothing else I really need to add. Just that scene for Still game where they're on the bus. Isa. Use your womanly charms, Isa. Just walk up to him and was like, would you like to come back to mine for a wee cup of tea? Like, oh, hold on a second, that's lovely. Chamberlain again. Sriracha's going to run with us. He's got fucking space to do so, by the way. Nice ball in behind. Lovely. I'm really liking the movement between Sriracha and Forrest, man. Like, there is a good bit of chemistry between those two. And Forrest is playing out of position, keep this in mind. Oh, the St Mirren striker's fucking raging with that one. Don't blame him. You hope Sriracha gets a goal. He's playing like he wants one, to be fair, man. He's running with full speed. That's the type of player I can appreciate. You're 6-2 up, you know the game's going to be won, but he's still running at full fucking speed. That's why, as much as people have gave Maeda shit this season, it's why I've never really given too much crap. Because in games like this, you see what Maeda's made of, man. He's ran for 115 minutes like an absolute fucking man possessed. And he's still running faster than some players who've barely had anything to do in terms of movement. Dane Murray should get there to cover that one. First touch is a little lacklustre, but the second one's actually very nice into space. And the third one's a lovely wee pass. Right, boys, we're going for the fancy stuff. At least we won, I guess. I know. I don't even know how to summarise this game, right? It's more or less just fucking heart attacks and counter attacks, right? That would probably be the headline in the paper tomorrow. We've got about 5 minutes left with the additional time, you'd imagine, on this one. No goals in this stint of extra time, but I don't think it's needed. Celtic fans are in fine voice. I don't think I can put too much audio on, but you can hear. They're very happy. That's about as much as I can do without getting copyrighted. Oh, so I don't know, trying to get their third though. If they get their third, again I wouldn't be too mind. There we go, and just smiley face. Oh, that's a good touch for St Mirren, to be fair. That would have been fucking clean if they'd gotten behind with that. I wouldn't have even been mad. I don't care if they score now because I know they can't beat us. The fans singing Liverpool's Van Dijk song. But singing any actual. There's a few variants of any actual songs going around now. Let's see what they're doing now. No active singing. This is a massive 3 point selfie. Massive 3 points for Celtic Football Club. I suppose the 3 points we can take for this is Maeda is clearly not human because he can just run forever. He is the roadrunner but with like Japanese aura. So I love him for that. Kelechi is actually useful once he gets that 10-15 minute weird stint out of his body where he's pissed for some reason. I just realised. Dyson's got his leg cut. Case in point, the man is a machine. Or at least I suppose that's him trying to prove it he's not a machine, but I don't buy that shit. Ran his fucking heart out, the big man. Ain't nothing like the Irish flag colours with the Guinea-Bissau colours right beside it. Hell yeah, we'd love to see that, man. I wonder what Martin said to them. Oh, I theorised he threatened death. Proper old, angry Northern Irish man, you do not want to fuck with it. You want to try and fuck with me, son of... I'll kill you off. And immediately they're like, right, any actual mate, hat trick now, McCowan, please score. Negrin, you get your goal and all, big man. It's like, we need to fucking fire in it. And we have. I think now, how many Irish coaches have actually been in the finals of the Scottish Cups and League Cups over the last few seasons? If you think about it, it's a good amount, right? Like between Lennon, Rodgers, O'Neill, that's a good fucking number. Even Robinson, actually a few of these been in as well. Seems that the Irish and Northern Irish love this league for managerial reasons, I suppose. They do very well here for some reason. And one of the best at it, Martin O'Neill, has decided to pop up with one of the all-time managerial shifts from this game. 2-0 up at half time, smooth sailing, smooth cruising, not a single weird surface to bump off in. In the second half it was like we were getting dragged through fucking glass. And we were catching every surface and getting cut the fuck open, and all of a sudden extra time hits and it's like we just literally reset the button and went back to doing what we were doing in the first half. Which makes me wonder why the fuck we couldn't do that in the second half. Why do we need to change things so much? Like, why couldn't we have just done what we were doing in the first half for the second? Because we went back to what we were doing in the first half, and all of a sudden, yeah, Maeda's been given player of the match, and honestly, I cannot argue with it. For me personally, Iniacho and Ralston are the two that I would pick just above him, but I cannot argue with the choice of going for Dyson. They're more than well and truly deserved. Anyone that gives that man any slander for the next week or two, they can fuck off, because he's genuinely put in a great shift to do. Nothing but love and respect for that man. Proper, consummate professional. Couple of sitters here and there, a couple of weird passes. You can say that about every player on the fucking pitch though, so it's not that bad in that sense. I have all your pets. If you don't start scoring, they're going to the shelter. Oh, lovely touch, Iniacho. Oh, that's the Iniacho that we were seeing in the 90 minutes. Tries to go for a shot, and that's more or less a cross, and a bad one at that. You'd love Martinelli to stay next season. It's a risky one, mainly because he doesn't want to, for one, and B, I don't think he would get the investment that he would particularly need. We need a change of pace. Can't keep going back to the past. That's not how you make a good future for yourself. Just think about that in terms of like exes or jobs. You don't go back to an old job once you've left it, right? Unless it's really desperately needed. They'll keep him for a few days and find someone, yeah. And then they'll waste $5 million and we come back pretty much. But there you go. That is full time. It is a very deserved one that has to be said over the course of the 120 odd minutes. Hard to argue with it. Maid has now officially hit the ground. The first time I've seen him look grimace the entire day, but just getting his socks back into position so he can do what he needs to do. True, actually. Well done, Kels. Not bothered at all, my guy. Whereas, probably took a wee journey off. They always come in whenever we're losing. All the community, exactly. Well done for the boys that are in chat for actually fucking hanging firm throughout this one, because Christ above, that was stressful as hell. But we do win. Let's have a little look at the stats. Yeah, much better. I mean, a lot better. Overall, 17 shots to St Mirren 7. A lot more of the ball. Well, not actually as much of the ball as I thought. 56. I thought that was 66 at first, but pretty reasonable. But better in every stat, better in every regard. Sinisalvo pulled up 1 or 2 really good saves as well, so keep that in mind. Could have been a lot worse for him in that sense, but it took us all the way to extra time to get the result we needed, which was a little bit fucking stressful. Thanks, man. Not a problem at all, James. Not a problem at all, man. Absolute pleasure. Wouldn't give Ox the extension. We need to give a lot of energy in the midfield during the summer. That's where a lot of our investment needs to go. Oh, that's incredibly kind of you, Michael. Thank you very much, my guy. Unbelievably kind of you. Thank you for the 5, my guy. Well done for the stress. That applies to every single fan in here. Even if there's a St Mirren fan that's quietly watching along, or any other fan of any other team, I think they'll say in the precipice of the game it's about 30. I think 6-2 is a bit fucking much. I think if it ended 4-2 to us, that would have been a fair score over the 90 minutes rather than 6-2 over extra time. But football is a funny fucking sport, and as you just said, Celtic forever, what a win. It's a very, very good one. Celtic and Shamrock Rovers, good for it. It was one for you this weekend. Nice to fucking see that, man. And on top of it, I mean, it's about as good as you can get across the board for me, right? I mean, they won, not too bad. Can't argue with Liverpool getting the job done there, especially late and against their rivals away from home. That's scenes. Celtic obviously conceding in the last fucking minute, so that kind of balanced the calm out. But we did exactly what we needed. Extra time comes around, a brace for Iniacho and goals from I think it was McCowan and Negron. It was McCowan and Negron. But the 2 in the opening half were very good. This press for the opening one, and the finish for the second one was actually lovely for Ralston as well, might I add. So goals for all across the park. That's the one big positive we can say. There's goals for everywhere. And Trusty, and with several others, honestly, could have scored goals themselves. I'm just going to pull up what the next game is, so you know what you are doing if you want to join me for that. I said 4-2. I don't call him like that. To be fair, he's just having a bit of banter. Don't get personal with it, my friend. Well, that's lying. But it is loaded. So let me just pull this up. Because the next matches are pretty
interesting one, but it's apparently an invalid request. Thank you, live score, very cool. I suppose I can just do this and then do fixtures instead. Yeah, that works. What a game, though. Could not have put it better myself. Let me go into the main screen. Season taking candle there will be the next match there. If you want to join us for the live anyway, I suppose you can. It'll be on the 25th of April. It's a 5:30 kickoff, so pretty weird timed to be honest, but if you do want to join us, you're more than welcome to do so. We're too easily overrun in the midfield. That I can fucking fully agree with you on, Megan. There was a lot of points today where I think the big thing that I was noticing, especially with the difference in the first and second half, in the first half, the midfield pressing was what was getting us the chances, right? We had so many times where we were winning the ball in great areas and pushing forward. The amount of times you'd seen McGregor or, Arn winning the ball in the midfield where like a kind of more risky challenge and then using that as like a breaker to try and push forward. In the second half there was none of that, right? Because we took basically any stifled creativity out because we took Arn off from McCowan, and Ox obviously being introduced was a bit of a weird one as well, but again we managed to switch on. It just took us a little bit longer than I think O'Neill was expecting. I think going to extra time was a big kick in the teeth, but we did what we needed to do, I suppose. And again, Kelechi coming off the bench and having that weird stint towards the end of the night, you think, fuck, if he's playing like that for extra time, we are screwed. But he completely switched up the game, just started taking one touch and approaches, and it worked beautifully. Apparently a few teams are looking in the green cars. Would you take the cash and put it towards the rebuild? The reason I would say no is just because of the fact that this is Nygren with one of the worst Celtic squads we've had in a long time. I get that we're injury riddled and there's a whole bunch of problems alongside that, but he has managed to contribute over 22, 23 goals to this point as a midfielder in a season where we've been very deprived of goals. What happens if you back that boy? What happens if you start putting players around him that actually get the best out of Nygren? Because this is him when he's just doing what he needs to do. This is him just being consistent. This isn't him at his best. So if you get him at his best, if you put the right people around him, I'm telling you right now, he is minimum a 25 goal contribution midfielder every season that we have him. And I don't think Celtic would want to trade that away unless the offer is like too good to be true. Like, how much did we pay for Nygren? Like 250k. So anything above, I would say 17 million, the board would probably take. But me personally, I would have to see about 20 before I'm like, yeah, right, fair enough. Because Nygren is unproven. He's only had one season at Celtic, but based on what he's done at a very subpar Celtic this season, his future projections only going to do this over time. So I think it's one of those ones where it's like O'Reilly. Like I said this when we were talking about potentially losing him. I'd love to keep him, but I know his quality is very good, and there's a lot of teams that would very much like to use his ability. There's a reason why Sweden's national manager, or Graham Potter, when he took over as the interim, basically went, why aren't we using this boy? Like, Nygren's actually a very solid player. They bring him in for the fucking playoff runs of the World Cup, and look what happens. They do very well, and he was a big piece in why that was happening. Obviously, Gyökeres was the main reason that they qualified, but Nygren was pretty useful. The big thing for me was, getting the ones who are injured back fit and fully fit. We need like Jota, Carter Vickers, Johnston. We need those three specifically, but obviously it would be nice to add to that and get some extra depths in. We're going to lose a lot of people over the summer regardless, right, like through loans and stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what we do in terms of financial spending, because in order for us to kind of balance it out, if we're spending 35-40 million or whatever, then we would probably need to sell one or two key pieces, and the only key pieces that are worth anything of note right now would probably be Arm and of course Nygren, right, and both of them would be around the same type of fee right now. I'd imagine anywhere between about 15 to 20-ish million, depending on the league that comes in to try and buy him. If it's a Bundesliga league or something, yeah, probably the lower end, you'd get about 13, 14 offers, but if it's Premier League or anywhere else, you'd kind of go towards the higher end. So from that perspective, yeah, ideally
I'd rather keep a hold of Nygren if we could. It'd be much better for us. I should point out, by the way, for those that are interested, I'll probably be in the Discord afterwards for a little bit. I'm pretty sure a few of the boys are still in there than now. I'm just going to check and confirm. There's also stuff that's kicking off all across the board. If you want some updates and scores, it's still all square between City and Arsenal, and Bayern are all square between them and Stuttgart. I'm just seeing who's in the Discord too. You got Flash, Chateau, but the fucking Matt as well. A couple of boys are in there, so if you're interested, you're more than welcome to join us. I'm presuming this is to the Nygren stuff, in which case, yeah, 100%. I think Nygren would make the team a lot better, especially if you have someone that's consistent and can actually adapt, and more importantly, he'll be a good breaker for when the new manager comes in. But then you've got the counterpoint of what does the new manager use Nygren for? Does he play him the way that Rodgers did, where it was more of a centre mid, or does he do what obviously O'Neill and the Swedish national manager and Graham Potter is doing and pushing them as a more advanced forward? Because he's a lot more effective as a central attacking midfielder, but a lot of managers like to play with flat midfields or more or less with an anchor in behind rather than up front, because you're going to get exposed a lot easier. And Celtic have fallen victim to it a few times. It happened to us twice in that game there against St Mirren, so it does have its dismerchants to the team, but I like Nygren. I like what he offers. There's a lot of positives, 100%. I feel like if we get people to back him, and more importantly good younger pieces to give that energy around him, because he's not the fastest boy on the planet, but he's very controlled, he's very technical, so get some good pacey runners in behind him, he'll cause some fucking problems for sure. I really hope we do keep him, because it would be like another royalty to me. It'd be such a shame to see him go. Like Kuhn last season, I think, would probably be a better example. A player that's just about getting there, to proving his point, right? He's had that kind of break-in season, and all of a sudden Como comes calling, and you're like, fuck, 17 million, you can't say no to it, but fuck, that's one of our key men, we can't lose him. Don't do that in the summer, especially in a rebuild. You don't want to be, selling off the cement that helps keep the foundation of the house somewhat set. So keep that key piece, keep a few of the other ones. I think obviously the main ones would probably be the ones that would be transfer bound, right? Rio, probably Maeda too if we can. You're happy with Kelechi and Kenny battling for the striker position? I feel like they're great second and third options. I feel like Kelechi would be a good second and Johnny would be a brilliant third, but we still need someone that's like an out and out goal scorer. Kenny's doing exactly what he needs to do down at Bolton, and Kelechi's obviously had good games this season, but he's also backed them up with some horrifically bad performances, so consistency is the main thing for me. We get someone a bit more consistent. I feel like those two would definitely develop a lot better. I mean, Kelechi's still in his prime, as you were touching on earlier, and Kenny's still young, right? He's only 23, 24 years of age, so plenty of time for him to still develop into the player that he can and probably should have been by now. But it's just Celtic's a bit of a different pressure, right? You don't have that pressure at Shamrock or Bolton, but you do get that at Celtic where you're not allowed to lose. So if they get that confidence up, definitely some things that can work out in their favour for sure, 150%. Been live for over 3 hours now, man. One of the longer streams I've done in the last month or two. But I get a nice little sustained break until the 25th, so it's not that bad. I don't know if we'll be covering the game after it, because there's some plans going on right now. Wait until those are confirmed to update you on that situation. You're not even fucking wrong, that's the worst part. Kyogo, Kelechi, and fucking Kenny. Man, that's insane. To be fair, it would be a pretty potent attack. It just depends on what version of Kyogo comes back. It's the same as like when Tierney came back to Celtic. Everyone kind of watched with cautious eyes. It's like, is it the same Tierney though? It took a while, but yeah, eventually we got that version of Tierney back, the one that scores goals and likes to cut to the byline, the old school Tierney. I feel like a few players definitely can add to that, 100%. I just hope that the boys take this performance, that specifically that extra time stint and use it for the next match, because again, it's a pretty important match. It's not an easy game at all, right? Falkirk are a very solid side. Pretty sure the last few games we played against them have been very awkward 1-0, 2-1 type wins anyway, so you wouldn't expect that to be comfortable. And if we're going off of what just happened with St Mirren there, you don't want it to be 2-2 over the 90 minutes, because then you would have to say the title race might be done. Obviously depending on what happens in other games, but Celtic will need to win that match, so they'll probably be live for that one as a must, 100%. It's just nice to see us score more than 1 or 2 goals, man. The last few games is basically what 3-1 Motherwell, and then a 2-0 loss, 2-1 win, 1-0 win, and a 6-2 win. It's a massive night and day type of performance, but just took us a bit more effort than intended, for sure. I suppose I should get ready to wrap this up, so if there's any more questions or I should probably get a wee no, thank you for that very much. That's a very kind donation, Michael, my guy, thank you. Get another minute or two and then we'll kind of wrap things up. You're off for dinner. Kind of my thinking as well, Megan. You enjoy yourself, Lance. Thank you for checking in with us. If you want to join us in the Discord afterwards, that applies to any use, by the way. You're more than welcome to do so. But if you're off in the meantime, pleasure to have you, lass. Thank you for the conversations. I don't see any other conversations or questions coming in, so I'll get another like 30-40 seconds, just in case someone's typing out like a paragraph. I want to give everyone a chance to have their voice. Now I've got all the prep stuff done for the end of this one. That's about that would do. Pretty fucking solid all round, I would say. Hello chaps. I feel like that is basically everything that does need to be covered. Very, very good performance from us for sure. Definitely can't sit and say that there was a lot of good points for a lot of that match. Really good first half, really shit second, absolutely fantastic extra time. It's I suppose it's the trifecta, right? You got the fucking perfect, shite, good. We literally just kind of pinballed between the whole 3 fucking forms of whatever that was, basically, for the whole match. But we got across the line in the end. Give St Mirren their credit. You can tip your hat to Mandron for that goal at the end of the match. Granted, Benjamin should have done better to close him down, but that goal took St Mirren to extra time, and they would have been happy with that. They would have bitten your hand off for an extra time at the start of the match, so give them credit. But I think it's fair to say that Celtic were the better team and the more deserving one on the day, so fair play to us, yeah, fair play to us. Nice to see it, man. Nice to see some consistency. And Martin O'Neill, I think he'll realise that he might want to make some changes a bit earlier, or sometimes bring on a striker in the 80th minute's never a smart idea, so some adjustments that he'll need to make himself as well. But overall, the man has once again proven absolute fucking legend. Love him to death, man. He definitely deserves a statue if he manages to get us his fucking league title, and hell, if he gets a double on top of it, even better. But a final against Dunfermline, that's always something to smile about. I love Dunfermline. They're a plucky wee side. They're a fucking great wee team. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of tee up against us in the final. And of course, up against Neil Lennon. Neil Lennon's an interesting one. Him and O'Neill are 2 very good friends as well. Obviously, as pundits, as manager and player as well. They've got a really good dynamic. So I think it will be a more friendly atmosphere than probably the last few matches, especially for them, considering the fact that their match was against Falkirk and that was a derby in itself, right? So they had their hard game, I think. So if they can come up to Hampden in the end of May and cause some problems for us, still consider that a very good run. I don't think anyone is expecting them to be in the final at the beginning of the season, so us against Dunfermline is a hell of a match. It's basically a very iffy David against a very plucky... No, like more actually other way around. I'll go like more like a plucky David and a kind of out of form Goliath. But Celtic should have the quality to get things done. Never really know how it's going to go. But let's get ready to wrap this up. Nice to see you, Flush. What's up, man?
was literally about to get ready to wrap this up. It's just about to hit the music to end this. I suppose I can actually do the outro while he types out what he needs to type out. Man pretty much summarised how I felt. Yeah, Ralston was really solid today and the subs made the difference. Fucking spot on. Couldn't have put it better myself, Jamie boy. But yeah, that is basically everything. So thank you for watching, thank you for coming along, thank you for taking the time to stop in. If you've been here for the whole stream or just a little bit, then you are appreciated nonetheless. It was a fucking stressful last match, but we got across the line 6-2 after extra time. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. It's one of those matches. Anyone that subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. We're now in the 1860s officially now, so about 25 more. We've had that 1888 goal, which is always a pleasant surprise. So thank you for that. And again, you can join us for the next match if you would like to as well. That one will be pretty much next week, 25th of April, 5:30 kick-off. So we'll be live about 15 minutes before or 10 minutes before, give or take, in that bracket and time. That's very kind of you, Flash, mate, as always. Much appreciated for that. But yeah, we got the job done. That's all we can really say. Very pleased with it, very happy. Cannot argue with that in the slightest. That's very kind of you as well, Shuto. Thank you for both being very effective moderators as always. No real drama in chat today, which is always a pleasant surprise in a match that has a lot of leeway for our season, for sure. But I think that's pretty much everything that needs to be covered. So, chuffed, happy, pleased. All the words, could not put it better myself. I'd say Ralston's my man in the match pick as well, to be honest with you, Jamie, but I think Maeda honestly deserved it as well. You could have picked him or Aniacho or Maeda and it would have been valid. So, that's it. For the meantime, that is everything that needs to be covered. So, that's basically all that needs to be done. So thank you for watching, thank you for coming along. As always, Celtic are still the best goddamn team in the world. We're not going to do a Yas because it's a cup match and you know how it goes, but we'll definitely, hopefully have it going in the league when we win next time out. So for now, we'll get a minor yes. I'll catch you next time. Until that point, hail. Have a good one. Celtic are still the best goddamn team on this planet. Catch you after, boys. It's been a pleasure. Morning.